And welcome to part 2 of the Talk the Keki annual awards.
All
I
right.
am Ethan, and once again, I am with my senpai. Although I did the intro, he's the co-high right now because I did the intro today. Matthew,
I'll let you have it.
Let's keep this motherfucker rolling, bro. We have 30 anime to discuss for the season 2020 or the year 2021.
Yep.
Like you said in the previous episode, there were a lot of anime that didn't make the cut.
So yeah, people are gonna be surprised, disappointed, or not shocked for what we picked, whether it's high or low. Even start us off with our mentions.
Am I gonna go through 5?
We're going back and forth.
Mention number 5, aka the 30th anime that I chose of the year, Aquatope.
That's it. Just
I mean, I talked a lot about it. I mean, it was a solid anime. It didn't hit that mark for me. Like I said, the first half was great. The second half started not great, and it ended fair. And it didn't get that mark. As I said before in my review, at the end of the day, if you want to see a show about wildlife, specifically marine life conservation, this is great. If you a show that provides beautiful examples of Okinawan life, this is great. If you want to see a fantastically animated show, it certainly was that throughout. This is it. If you want to watch a show that has a beautiful OP and ED, especially the EDs on both cores, this is definitely it. And if you want to see a story about two girls coming up and growing and going through adult pains early in their lives, this is it. But at the same time, some of those pains were rather annoying or silly, and it contributed to a meh middle, even though it ended pretty deep. So 3 out of 5. Number 30.
All right. For me, it was Aquatope for me as well.
Wow.
I had in my honorable mention.
Yep.
And he pretty much said everything I said about it. Again, the first half was strong. Animation was beautiful. And just the second half, it fell apart at the beginning of that second half, but near the end, it picked up again. But unfortunately, it just wasn't enough to put it in our top 25. But yeah, good stuff. But there was some that definitely could have been better. All right, what's yours?
Unrelated. How about that Destino shirt you're wearing on cam, buddy?
Yep, they're never gonna see it.
For those, I was gonna say, for those if you didn't listen to the first episode, I got Matthew on cam tonight for the first time, and you guys won't ever get to see his ugly mug. I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
You'll see it during Keki Shop because that'll be his primary baby, and you'll see mine not so ugly mug or ugly mug, depending what you like.
Unless we have someone in there that ridicule you.
Yeah. I mean, that'll be
yeah.
Number 4, aka the number 29 anime of my year, Meiruko-chan.
Okay.
I said it before. Meiruko-chan just isn't my cup of tea. There was nothing wrong about it, truthfully.
If this was your cup of tea, would it be on your list?
Yeah, at 24.
In the 20s.
Yeah, 24.
Okay, that's fair.
It would be if it was my cup of tea. I mean, it's a good show. If you like horror shit, great. The ghost like I said, the ghost just kept giving me and suspense was good. Ecchi is always good. The lighthearted moments what kept me, because I said before, the lighthearted and the emotional especially, those definitely kept me, and I enjoy very much. I enjoy Meiruko-chan as a whole. I'm gonna watch season 2 if they give it season 2. Like I'm not, whatsoever. This is a good anime. It's just not my cup of tea. Things I like in anime. I just ranked it because of that. But it in all reality, it is a top 20 in my top 20.
All right. Number 4 mention Taisho Otome Fairy Tale. I enjoy this a lot, but out of everything I watched, I just like these a little better. So it was really hard to pick where it goes where. So again, another really good one. It just did not make the cut.
Honestly, I've been like moving like stuff up and down throughout this conversation because like you put that on there. I moved Taisho down 1.
Oh wow!
I've been moving stuff as we've been going. Like I moved up Wonder Egg. I moved up My Hero. I moved up Bottom Tier. And I moved down Taisho just.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
I've been moving stuff up and down throughout this like entire process.
I moved 2 things. That was it.
Fair enough.
As we were talking. But no, again, there was nothing wrong with it. Again, there's other stuff better, but the Tamahiko and Yuzu, their relationship was great.
Yeah.
I like the historical aspect of it, again, with the earthquake.
Yep.
In the 1920s.
Yep.
Yeah, everything was fine, but I think just where it was childish at times is what downgraded it for me.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there was this also stuff that worked. So again, it's still great. I still recommend it, just not as a personal favorite.
Oh, for sure.
All right, 3 for you.
Number 3, honorable mention, aka number 28 of the season, of the year rather. Realist Hero.
Mine's not on here at all.
Realist Hero.
Yeah.
But you didn't watch it.
No, I did. I watched it. I'm saying it's not. It didn't make it to anything. Not mine.
Did you really?
Yeah, we watched it together.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was a unique take on the hero, on the hero aspect of, and there's so many shows: Banished Hero, Cautious Hero, My Hero, Realist Hero. So many heroes. My Hero obviously is a shonen. The other ones are basically isekais.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed that take on it, and I'm looking forward to the second season. It's coming out in a couple weeks.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I'm looking forward to it to see how it grows. I appreciated the different take. Truthfully, Meiruko is a better anime than Realist Hero, in my opinion. It's also better than the next one on my list that I'll talk about in a moment. But the other two just fit more, again, my style compared to Meiruko. Realist Hero was fine, perfectly average, but I enjoyed it. So
all right. Number 3, combatants will be dispatched.
I'm surprised I didn't make it higher.
I thought about it, but at everything I've seen, stuff I watched late.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that was your baby.
If I did, this would have been 25.
True.
This was fucking hilarious. It's the same people that made Konosuba.
Yeah.
So you get all that hilarity. It's not an isekai, but it's kind of fantasy.
Yeah.
So I loved it in that. Fucking Tiger Man, fucking number 6.
Yeah.
Alice, all great characters.
Yeah.
And it's just the ecchi type hilarity you would expect.
Right.
This probably would have been my ecchi if it wasn't for Mushoku Tensei.
That's fair.
But hilarious. I hope we get this one I highland.
True.
Fair. It being my mentions.
No, fair. I mean, all of these, if you made our top 30, they're worth watching. They're worth watching.
Even some that didn't even make the cut. Some of them are worth watching. Not all of them, but some of them.
Yeah.
Alrighty. 2.
Number 27 of the 2021 year, aka the number 2 honorable mention, Million Lives, season 2 of Million Lives. I enjoyed it so much better than season 1. It was a surprise. I probably should have put Million Lives 2 being so good as a surprise, truthfully, if it wasn't for Umichi being so stunning. But yeah, Million Lives is great. We got more character development with our MC Yotsuya. The stakes are getting deeper and deeper and more deadly. We're getting more of the story revealed. Again, it's a unique take. The story of people, mostly kids, teenage kids, being brought into an alternative world where they have to complete missions, and if they don't complete the mission successfully, they die. And they find out in season 1 that humanity's fate rests on their shoulders and completing these missions. But they also find out that completing these missions have real world consequences, because this isn't some bullshit game like they thought. As they find out in season 2, it's not a bullshit game. This is real life. This is an alternative world somewhere in the whatever dimension that they're being drug into, but it's an actual world with real living people and shit like that. So it was really, really good. There were some fascinating side stories as well. And I just want more character development and more action. But it was super solid. So yeah.
All right, number 2 for me, Dr. Stone Wars.
Wow. I ranked it so much higher than you. So much higher.
I wasn't 100% crazy about how quick they did all this, like the carbon shield, the tank.
Yeah.
It took like 6 episodes to get it to make medicine. Yeah. And this took 10 minutes essentially.
Yeah. I moved it a lot lower, but it's still in my top 25.
Yeah. No, I still enjoy it. It's still hilarious. I still enjoy those moments, especially with that fight at the end. Mm-hmm. But it's just, again, with the science stuff, a lot of it just felt rushed. But does it? And these are stuff I like to see, and this is the type of stuff I like to see. I loved how the buildup of it wasn't the first season, but I guess because they are so advanced right now, apparently, in the course of a few months, like it's easy for them. But
This, but this is
it
like a,
feels
this is
too
like a,
easy.
there was a smaller arc though. Like there was so much groundwork that had to be told in the first season.
I know
This
that,
second
but the
season
fact
was
no, it's the
an
fact that they made
arc.
all this like high tech stuff so quickly.
I mean, Senku's a genius.
I know, but again, it took long for a medicine, but not a tank.
I mean, that seems about right considering the state of the world in today's affairs. It's easier for you to get fucking a bullet than it would be to get some fucking diabetes medicine.
Yeah, but again, it just felt so quick. Like
I get it. I get what you're saying. I'm not dismissing that.
yeah, like usually that would still take like weeks or months, not like minutes.
Yeah.
That's my only gripe of.
Yeah,
but I loved everything else about it. I love the OP. I love the
Yeah. Like I said, I ranked it significantly higher than you did.
which is fair.
Yeah.
All right. What was your number one mention?
Number one mention, aka number 26 in 2021, Tact OP Destiny.
All right.
I ranked Tact in there. Did Tact make your ranking?
Nope.
Wow. That ending really fucked it over, huh?
Again, there was more to it, but again, I watched a lot of different ones.
Yeah, you watched a lot more of
Variety. Yeah.
Variety. Yeah, you did watch a lot of Variety.
Yeah. So I originally had it on here when I first made the list on the honorable mention.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh shit, I actually did watch this. So bye.
Yeah, I feel that. No, but Tact, I mean, at the end of the day, the end is what it is. But before the end, again, to me, the best animated series of the year. The music is great because I have a thing for orchestral music, even jazz music. I like jazz music, so I have a thing for the music. Love the music. The story up until episode 10 was great in my opinion, really really good. Some people didn't like it. That's fine. That's your opinion. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It had one of the fights of the year with Lenny and Titan versus Heaven and Hell.
Yep.
So all those things contributed to a great story, and the dynamic with Tact and Ume was really good as well. I appreciated that. It had some twists and turns that, although might have been a bit obvious, still were great. There were still good turns. Everything was done well from that aspect. Like, oh my god, like you kind of knew, but it was still really cool to see. And then just the execution at the end was a letdown. If it wasn't for that end, if it was a solid end, I could have easily put Tact in my top 17.
That's fair. This one is going to be a shock. Higehiro.
Wow.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, that made my top 10.
I really wanted
Wow.
I really wanted to be on here. I really did.
Wow.
But shit.
Wow.
Yeah, like I had to move something.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I know.
That is nuts.
Despite it being great, I know.
Dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bro.
I know.
Bro.
I know. I probably should have switched last minute, but
you should.
It's too late now. It's too late now.
I'm still switching as you're talking.
Fine. I will do this last switch. Nothing else after.
What are you putting then?
Duke of Death.
Wow.
Yeah.
That also barely made my. My what?
Well, Duke of Death was 25. So yeah, just figure that out.
Wow,
Yeah.
2 shockers.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
holy shit. Wow.
I know.
Wow, this is. I mean, I didn't shock. I angered you by telling you my number one, but
yeah,
this is fun. Wow, I'm shocked. I'm super.
Yeah, you're gonna get plenty of these here.
Wow, like our lists are completely different. I imagine.
I know.
Holy fuck!
I think
the only thing I know for a fact
is going to be,
huh?
I think around the top 5 is where we're going to be close to similar.
Top 5 will be
maybe
top 6.
All right, we'll see.
Top 6 will be similar. I know Vivi's going to be in there. That's a spoiler because I know how much you love Vivi. Vivi's in your top 10 at minimum, and it wouldn't surprise me at all if it was in your top 5. So that's my anticipation for you to have there in some capacity.
Okay.
But
let's not go that high. Let's not go that high.
Really? Okay. Well, we'll keep on going.
I'm saying like let's not jump the gun. We got a lot to talk about.
Wow, that's crazy. 26 and 25 were 2 that I put in my top 15.
Yeah,
that's
nuts. I watched others. Yeah,
that's nuts.
But okay, we'll go with honorable mention. We'll just keep it here. I'm keeping it.
All right. Well, you already did your 26 and 25, so unless you want to expand more on 25.
I'll expand more on 25 when we get.
Which is now, you
But
already said yours, so you might as well keep going. I'll pick on 25. I'll do 25, 24, and then we'll get back
okay, okay,
into it.
okay. All right. Duke and Dev, this was just great overall. I love the dynamic of Bochan and Alice.
Yeah.
I love the growth of Bochan in general. Well, Alice is just one of the best girls of that season.
Yeah. Alice was in the contention for top girl.
No, she was close. And if I didn't watch Fruits Basket, probably would have been in the couple somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to deny like their actual romance.
Yeah.
It's like, and I love the Tim Burton vibes of it. I loved all of that.
Yeah. And all that is why it should be higher, but holy shit.
I know. I
Wow,
know.
buddy. What the fuck?
Well, I didn't add tact at all, so
I mean, you didn't add Tact, you didn't add Million Lives. I'm sorry, you didn't add, well, you didn't watch Million Lives. You didn't add Realist Hero. Meiruko is going to be in your top 15, I imagine. And Aquatope, we got accurately.
we both got that as our bottom.
Yeah.
But with Higa Hero,
Is it a power bottom?
What?
Is it a power bottom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pretty sure Higa Hero is a power. But, Yoshida was. I love Yoshida. I love his why he wanted to do things for her.
Yeah.
You know, it was just simple as fuck. The other girls were great, but it was just more about Sayu and Yoshida.
I love that.
Yeah, I did too. That's why it was hard to not put it in.
That's crazy. I'm still like
that's why I said it was hard as hell. Despite me loving this.
yeah, wow.
Yeah, that's how I felt. All righty. You're 25.
All right, I'll do 25 and I'll do 24.
Okay.
25 for me was Megalobox 2.
Okay.
I liked Megalobox. The story, it starts off hot and heavy with Joe being a fucking pill addict. And
yeah,
the season basically tries to tell the story of what led him to being a pill addict, and it led to Coach's. It basically started right with Coach's death, Sachio leaving, Joe falling into despair, Joe losing a match, and then Joe falling into addiction, and then his climb out of it. It's a fantastic story. Again, for those who don't know, I picked up boxing in the late summer as a way to exercise. I've lost 12 pounds in 4 months. And I just enjoy the sport. I've always enjoyed the sport. I always enjoy combat sports in general, but boxing is one of my first loves, dating back to 2003 when I used to watch it on Showtime and HBO at night, before I watched the porn. And I love boxing. I love season 1. Season 1 was great, and season 2 was even better. Newsflash for Talked onwards, everything is a 4 and above for me. So Talked, okay. And up until 13, I have 13 5-star animes this season, and then everything else above it from 25 up is 4 stars. So I gave Megalobox 4 out of 5 stars. Solid ending, solid action, great storytelling, great character development. If you love combat sports, if you love boxing, if you love a good story that involves redemption, and fighting for survival, quite literally, this is definitely the type of show that you want to probably watch.
Surprised you didn't pick Megalobox 2 as your favorite original.
I didn't know that was an original. Otherwise, I would definitely have chosen.
Yeah, I said that in the thing.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh well, then yeah, it is.
Yeah. Because it had a manga, but it was only for that first season. Part 2 was completely its own thing.
Oh, I didn't know that. Then definitely, yeah, it's definitely my favorite. It's definitely my best original. Then. Oh well.
All right, what's your 24?
I'm gonna update it on my thing. Number 24, To Your Eternity.
All right, I actually did that higher.
I figured you would. To Your Eternity, you like To Your Eternity more than I did.
I did.
That way I still tell people. Anyway, yeah, number 24, To Your Eternity. I enjoyed To Your Eternity for sure, but March was so annoying. She was so pivotal, very pivotal, just so annoying. And then the stuff in the middle, in like the middle of the second core, was okay. It wasn't amazing to me. Like, it was fine, it was good, but it wasn't like as catching for me as Gugu dying. It wasn't as catching for me as all the stuff with Perina. It wasn't as catching for me with that, like the escape from the island and that battle. That was a pretty good battle. That probably would have been, it might be top 5 battles of the year when you think about it. Solid. OP is definitely one of the best OPs of the season. ED's fine. Good character work with all the characters that were shown. The end with what's her face dying, the old lady.
Yeah,
I forget her name, but her dying was very pivotal. And that was emotional. It was good for sure. But To Your Eternity, it didn't hit the same as I thought it would. It had high expectations. It still was good. I can't wait for season 2 when they come up with it eventually. But it just wasn't quite the type of like slice of life slash like type of emotional stuff that I like really gravitate to.
That's fair. All right, 24. Remake Our Life.
Wow, dude, your fucking picks are mind blowing.
Yeah, I
Another
know.
one I had in the top 10.
Yeah, well, I know you. I know
Wow.
you did. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Again, it was fun. Again, I liked a lot of these better. It was just I like the slice of life stuff. I just wish we got more explanation of how we got back and that cliffhanger. The fact that we probably won't get a season 2.
I think they're gonna make a season 2. It's just who knows when, but I think they have to.
They have to.
You can't end on those two meeting up and
I know,
not doing anything.
Yeah, that is just a giant fucking blue ball.
Unless they do an OVA, I can see them completing it with an OVA or a movie.
I don't know.
That would be fine.
It wasn't popular enough in Japan to warrant anything.
It's
That's
such
the
a
issue.
shame. It is such a shame.
It is a shame. But
it's not popular for you, apparently, Mr. 24. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Wow.
It made it though.
Barely.
It still made it.
I swear to God, if you would have said remake in like your honorable mentions, I would have fucking walked off. I would have been like, forget it. Fucking forget it.
Not too bad.
Oh my God.
I get there's a lot of good stuff, but some of it was just okay or slow or just again, I want to know how the fuck he went back.
I would like that to another question. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, like I wish I knew. So just my life sucks. Well, here you go.
That's fair.
No truck-kun, no nothing,
no truck-kun, no bench-san.
No bench-kun, no truck-kun, no like, oh, I have this device. Oh, I got this money. Just no, my life's over. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That's what we got out of it. Okay, fine. 23.
23, because I just moved it down one. Taisho Otome.
Okay.
Taisho Otome. So a little bit higher than you, not too far high. It still was in my top 25, but not by but yeah, Taisho, as not a lot more I can add. I enjoyed the dynamic with Tamahiko and Yuzu. The historical aspect was great, animation was fine, music was good, like the music, like the character development. And it's a very fine show. I enjoyed it very much. It was very wholesome, and surprisingly wholesome, but I enjoyed that. It was like a good wholesome. Wasn't annoyed by. Pacing was good. Very solid conclusion. I don't think they'll make a season, but it's great as a whole. So I enjoyed it very much. Very solid. 4 out of 5, as I mentioned. So yeah.
All righty, 23. Megalobox. So I rated it a little higher.
A little higher, fair enough.
To be fair, the first one was still fresh in my mind when this came out. I was able to watch it like up to like, all right, I'm done. I can watch part 2.
Yeah, I had watched Megalobox 1 early.
Yeah, and then I love everything about it, the struggles of Joe.
I can't believe you rated fucking Megalobox higher than fucking.
Yeah, well,
wow.
Shove it.
Wow.
I love the drug. How
or Hige
Joe...
or Duke. Wow. Sorry. All right, keep going.
I think you're done. You're done.
Gotta go.
Yeah, Mr. Mr. August, what my number one before we fucking record.
It was obvious.
I know it was obvious, but we're not telling the people.
We're not telling the people.
Again, Chief's stuff was excellent. I love how the little time he was in, it was still enough for Joe's life. His song in the beginning, we see him at the bar.
Yeah,
making Joe cry with that.
Mm-hmm.
And the boxing fights are great. We find out more about what happened with that whole group of Joe's gym.
Yeah,
like the downfall, the guy dying.
Nowhere Jim, yeah.
And yeah, the title get on the Nomad, and we find out. I was kind of surprised for what's that guy's name? Aragaki.
Which one are you talking about?
The one that was the final fight.
Oh yeah. I really thought it was the son.
Yeah, I thought it was too, but no, apparently not. But it was someone from that country.
Yeah. Mexico.
Yeah. So it was also about like the immigration of Mexico to where they are.
Yeah.
So I actually like that little aspect of this is real. Like this is what's actually happening.
Yeah.
The final fight was bittersweet. I wish there was a better conclusion, but I feel like it would have ended with them dying, but one of them dying.
Yeah.
Sorry, the guy was Mac, not the other one. Aragaki was the other student with what's this guy's name?
Yuri?
Nabu.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. The guy that's like, I think he's got a prosthetic.
Yes, the prosthetic leg. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, too many different people.
I mean,
Also, the fight with Sashio and Joe was great. Just like duking it out.
Yeah,
Like,
I really hope Joe kicked his ass.
all that rage.
I never liked Sachio. Like I understood his plight. I just didn't like.
Yeah, but up until that fight actually happened, it's like okay, that needed to be done.
Yeah, for sure. It's two brothers. I just had to get it out the way. I get it.
22.
Those Snow White notes.
Okay.
You know, I honestly thought it was these Snow White notes. I think I wrote
these
it
notes.
These notes. These nuts.
These notes.
These notes. It's those Snow White notes. But I talked about it previously when I mentioned about my in part one of my music of the year. The music is just insanely stellar. I enjoy it so damn much. That music was so good from start to finish. I loved it. The growth of Setsuna. Of Setsu, I should say. Setsuna is his mother. Yeah. The growth of Setsu to what's it called? To losing his grandfather, losing his sound, to trying to find himself, to the odd dynamic he has with his mother that's a really more hate than love, to the relationship he kind of has with his father, but to the relationship with his brother, to how he makes friends. Again, a lot of growth with Setsu. And again, his music is just absolutely incredible. The growth of all the characters who were not able to play the shamisen whatsoever, and they all basically do a performance and come in third. Good shit. I think they may come out with a season 2. I would like for them to come out with a season 2. I would love for them to come out with a season 2. And it was very, very solid for me. Like I said, all in all, it was super good. That music just kept me going. I would have the biggest smile on my face watching Setsu and watching the gang perform the shamisen. Every time I would heard like ding 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 ding, like it would just go on and on and on. But the way, and another thing that I loved about the show is that the way they depict what sound looks like, not in terms of what you see on a music sheet, but what you see in your soul when you play. You see fire, you see birds in nature, you see wind, you see a snowstorm, you see a monsoon, you see a rainstorm, you see a brisk morning with your wife and kid. Different aspects throughout the entire season of different people playing the shamisen, and the representations of nature and the internal feelings in their hearts and their souls when they play was absolutely wonderful. And another great aspect of the show. So I can't rave about it enough in terms of a musical anime. I haven't watched many, if I'm being honest. I'm sure a lot of people would probably rank Given as one of the top musics of all time. And it would probably be up there. I've never seen it, but I wouldn't disagree with you guys. But for me, it's one of my favorite fucking animes just because the music is so stellar. So 4 out of 5.
All right, time to give you another heart attack.
Oh my God.
Horimiya.
This motherfucker.
I was like, he walked out, folks. He walked out.
Oh,
he quit. He quit on me.
Dude. That's a top 5 for me.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Dude, your like top 10 needs to be animes that I didn't see. It has to be like Sunny Boy, VV, fucking.
I mean, like, probably. I'm not fucking telling you.
It has to be because you're rating all my favorites so damn low.
I still love this.
You can't say you love something and have it at like that low.
Yeah, I can actually.
What?
I love all these.
What?
Yes, it's not like I hate them. It's not the worst.
Oh, you are. You're hurting my soul with this. Not even top 10. Wow.
Like out of the 60 I've seen, yeah, these are the best.
Oh my God.
So yeah, I liked it. It was funny. I wish we had more of the other guys, like more of a conclusion for the supporting cast. The ending just felt a little rushed. Like they just wanted to end it because the manga just ended while this was happening. Like if it fleshed out normally, yeah, it probably would have been a lot higher. I just wasn't a fan of like, oh, the manga's over, so we have to end it now. Let's do it.
They could have done.
They could have done a second season. They definitely could have. And I love Hori and Miyamura. I love them together.
I know. I convinced you that they should be couple of the year.
Yeah, you did actually. I'm not taking it back, but yeah, you convinced me why they should consider be as such.
They should be.
But yeah, That was funny. I like the drama. I love seeing about Miyamoto's past. A lot of good stuff, but again, I just liked it a little better. That's all it is to it. 21.
Moriarty the Patriot.
I didn't put mine on here.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Go in.
Yeah, Moriarty the Patriot. It was good. Like as we've said throughout everything that we hear, it's gonna be good. But it was a unique story for me because of the mystery and the thriller aspect was good. The dynamic with Sherlock and Moriarty was great. The whole like principle of Moriarty being an anti-hero, but a savior, but a villain. Like that whole dynamic for Moriarty really was captivating for me throughout the season. Like I hung on everything Moriarty did because it was just so like brilliant. And some of the twists and turns were really, really good. I enjoyed it very much. The end could have been better, sure, but it wasn't bad by any means. It had a really solid OP and ED. Animation was good. I enjoyed it very much. I mean, some of the things were corny, like having like James Bond as a a trans woman in essence. It's kind of funny, but was it necessary? Not really. Some of these characters weren't truly necessary the way they did them. But in any case, I enjoyed it very much. And yeah.
All right. 21. Super Crooks.
See, I wanted to see it. I haven't seen it yet. I wouldn't surprise me if that happened with Great Pretender. Like I would have put Great Pretender in my top 25 and I'd seen it like at the early 2021.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, Great Pretender was my number one for last year.
Yeah.
And yeah, I enjoyed this. I talked about it last week. Great action. I love the cast. I love that it was just basically this one major high school, or well, technically two, but spoiler. But no, I enjoyed the people involved in it, especially the Diesel brothers and Johnny Lightning. And the OP is great. ED is fun. It's not. I still like Great Pretender better, but this is still good enough. And it's on Netflix. Definitely watch it.
Yeah, I want to. I'm going to, sure.
All right. 5 down, 20 to go.
Oh boy. 20. House Husband. Because you reminded
me. Mine's a little higher, but okay.
Yeah. Like I said, I had to move Osamake out of the top 30.
Okay.
But to put House Husband in there. But House Husband was solid. One of the funniest animes of the season. It would be the funniest anime if it wasn't for Uramichi. It was fun. I mean, a lot of people complained about the animation style. I didn't mind it. Wasn't the best, but it's not the worst by any means. First part of House Husband was funnier in my opinion than the second part. Second part was still pretty funny. Overall, I gave it a 4 out of 5 for both parts. And yeah, super solid. I chuckled many a time watching that show, and I would recommend it for anybody that wants a good laugh, or just like subtle things of being like a domesticated man in a relationship. It's all stuff that you guys and people deal with on a regular. So I would say just extremely exaggerated form considering the guy's former Yakuza. That's what makes it funny. So for sure, yeah, top 20.
All right, number 20, Shadow's House.
Okay.
I get the whole concept of how we thought at the beginning like these were living dolls. They find out that's not really the case. But before all that, it was just so fascinating seeing like how I was just more curious about how these shadows came to be. And you find out like when they took these kids, they took the thing, they make them drink the stuff, and they make a shadow version of themselves, while the humans are brainwashed, thinking that they're dolls when they're actually human. So there's definitely a lot of mystery with that, and the supernatural of is great. It probably would have been on here if it wasn't for Vanitas. But again, Emilico, Kate, I love them. The shadows and their counterparts were all just great together. And I love the villain. So Edward. This is psychotic demeanor of how he's trying to control all this. Wants to overthrow the grandfather, and just he goes from like calm to this crazy.
Yeah,
and I love the OP. I love the ED. The music. This score in general was fantastic. It's probably one of the good things Cloverworks did this year.
The music throughout everything wasn't great. It was great.
I bet in general of like Cloverworks like production, like producing something. Because the fucking Horimiya and Neverland Wonder Egg.
Yeah, they were all deficient in some capacity.
Yeah, so I'm glad we were able to get something in the middle, like to make it work. So I'm happy with it. That's why it's number 20.
Fair enough.
19.
Nagatoro.
I did not put it on here.
Really?
I had it on here at the beginning, And then I was go through like, oh shit, I watched this.
Yeah.
I just picked this up. So I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I do enjoy Nagatoro. I am excited for the second season.
Yeah, I'm excited for second season as well. Nagatoro, it's a funny ride. I mean, I could understand why critics of the show don't like it because of the fact that it depicts way lighter light than it probably should be. But it's done hilariously, and the dynamic with Nagatoro and Senpai is so fun. It's so awkward, but it's not a horrible awkward like a girlfriend or like a rent a girlfriend. Like it's funny.
You don't have girlfriend out here, do you?
Fuck no.
Okay, good.
No, hell no.
Okay, I was gonna say like, please don't. Like, I enjoyed it, but please don't.
No. If at minimum it would have been like number 30. At maximum, I should say. At maximum, it would have been 30. But it's not on here. No, it's not. Yeah, Nagatoro was fun. I enjoyed the hell out of Nagatoro. I made plenty of jokes over the show with the characters. I would like to see some more character development with the other characters, or I'd like to see some more character development with Senpai and maybe a little bit with Nagatoro, but not really as much with Nagatoro.
That was one of the things that held me off. I also feel like there were times where the bullying was a little too much. Like it was an annoying type.
It depends. Like it can be
on some of the episodes, not all of them.
Yeah, I don't disagree with what you're thinking. That makes sense. I don't know. As someone who constantly gets fucking made fun of by various people throughout the day, every single day of my life, you just roll with the punches. And so that's what Senpai's doing. He's rolling with the punches. So, but still, I laughed very much. A show that makes me laugh the way it did. Sounds good to me. I probably would have put. I enjoyed Nagatoro. That's fine.
Alrighty, Komi can't communicate.
Didn't make much.
Well, no, I figured. I really had a feeling it didn't make you.
Yeah, it did.
But we already talked about that, so I won't go into too much detail about it. I still loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Despite I had some problems with it, but they still managed to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
Because I talked about before, like how it should just stay as a manga because the manga is excellent.
I'll tell you what, depending on how the season finale ends, I would put it in my honorable mention.
Depending on how it goes.
Depending on how the season finale ends.
That's fair.
It has a shot to replace Realist Hero.
We will see what happens. But like I said, we talked about it too much, so there's really not much else to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what we say. So we're just going to keep going on. 18.
Bottom tier character, Tomozaki.
It did not make mine.
It really didn't make yours either?
I thought about it, but did not.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, like bottom tier character Tomozaki was another good surprise. It was another pleasant surprise for that season. It was spring. It came out. Very pleasant surprise. I enjoyed it. The dynamic with Tomozaki is unique from the point of him just being a complete geek and just completely 360ing his life. I can't say that I have that exact experience, but I remember there was a time in my high school life when I was a total fucking loser. And toward the end of my senior year, like at the end of my junior year and then my senior year, like I was pretty cool, I would say, like I was pretty cool, pretty known. People would like, I had a lot more respect and stuff. And it was a good final end to my high school life. So I can kind of relate in a small extent to that. So yeah, but it was fun. I loved Fuka. I loved Minami. I loved what's her face? God damn it.
Which one?
Minami was the brown hair girl, the main character, right?
Hinami, yes.
Hinami, my bad. Mimi is the other girl. I loved all their dynamics, and I'm very curious. The ovas kind of helped a little bit, but I'm very curious to see where the relationship with Hinami and Tomozaki goes. I love Fuka, but I just don't think him and Fuka are going to stay together. If they continue with a season 2, I'd imagine they hopefully will come up with a season 2. I don't think they'll stay together, but it's interesting. I like that intrigue. And so yeah, 18.
All right, 18. Meruko-chan.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably would have done it higher, but with what we got, I think it's fine near the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I love Miko. Hana's okay. She can be annoying at times. Yulia's great.
Mm-hmm.
Zen, fucking creepy as hell till you find out what actually happened to him. They can't help but feel sorry for him.
Mm-hmm.
I love the ghosts. I like the concepts. They do mix horror and comedy well. The fan service, there were times where it was too much, but at the same time, they actually did tone it down to the point where we didn't get any in the past 2 to 3 episodes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because it didn't need it, so there was no reason to force it.
We got it a tiny bit with fucking bouncing boobs, but that was about it. That's kind of
Yeah,
normal.
but that was just Hannah, so
Yeah, yeah,
she
yeah,
has big boobs.
yeah.
But I hope we get a season 2. I don't see why not for just how popular it was
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
for like a lot of people.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
Uh, Not much to say. 17.
Doctor Stone.
Okay.
Doctor Stone. I ranked it significantly higher than you did, as I did with all the other fucking anime that you said on here.
I know.
God damn. Doctor Stone.
We got different tastes. That's all I can really say.
I know. God damn. Yeah, Doctor Stone, super solid. I enjoyed that final fight with him and Tsukasa was fucking great. I enjoy the science aspect. It's such a unique anime because it's one of those animes that's so applicable to real life. Like you're learning real life stuff, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I recommend anybody with
Yeah,
children.
like people do check these like this, and yeah, they go, yeah, this is exactly how you do it.
It's legit. Like I said, if you have younger children or kids that are into science, I would highly recommend this show for you. It's fantastic. And I really, I want there to be some sort of high school relationship type of thing with Tsukasa. I'm sorry, with what's her face? With his Senku and Kohaku.
Yeah.
I really want to ship them together.
Yeah, but
Hopefully we get
he's
that.
not interested in women.
I know, because he's a fucking turd.
Well, he's more focused on saving the place. Then you'll get some coochie.
Dude, fucking get Kohaku.
She's easy. That's the thing.
Does he not want to get with her because he's technically 3,000 years old and she's 17 or something?
No, he's just more focused on saving everything first before he decides to repopulate.
Just stick it in her.
Or he's just asexual.
He doesn't even like fucking panties. Like she probably doesn't even wear panties.
They don't. That's why it's fucking cross. The only time they wear
Maybe her crotch stink.
I said the only time they wear bottoms is if they're in the water.
Yeah, like
that's it.
I'll never understand somebody who's asexual. I can't. Like you can like men, you can like women, you can like trans, you can call yourself he, she. How could you not like sex?
I know a couple of asexual people.
That's fucking weird.
They're just not. They're just not interested in it.
That's so weird. I'm super judgmental of that. Like, how could you not like sex? Like the only way I can possibly understand that is if like you had a horrible experience, like where you were like fucking. I don't even want to get into the type of things I was gonna think of, but like some shit like that, or like if you have that like illness where it's painful for you to have sex, then I can understand like how that could suck. Those are the only two things I can never understand asexuality. Never. It's just weird. You're just fucking weird. You're broken. You're a broken fucking individual.
All right now.
Anyway, I'm getting on a tangent. But no, Dr. Stone, super solid. I enjoyed it very much. I can understand why you didn't like it as much. Like some of the things you said made a lot of sense in terms of it took 5 days to make penicillin, but it took them fucking 5 hours to make a tank.
This carbon shield or the tank, yeah.
Yeah. I get that. But I enjoyed it very much. I enjoyed the drama aspect. I enjoyed the characters. There are a lot of cool characters that were shown with plenty of abilities and stuff. Like I enjoyed them very much. Yeah, drama, sad ending as well. It was good, super good. 4 out of 5.
All right, where are we? 17.
Yeah.
World's Finest Assassin.
I have it higher.
I would have too, but I think it's just fine where it is. So yeah, we got 3 fall shows in a row. Yeah, we talked about how they wouldn't make it out here. Some made it, not all of them, but some did.
How many falls do I have left? 1.
I got 1. I technically got 1 left.
2, 3. I have 3.
Okay, but yeah, as well, we talked about it. I love the aspect of an assassin, keep his memories, keeping his skills, adapted them to this fantasy world where they probably shouldn't have. If he didn't have his memories, he probably wouldn't actually. The fact he's able to keep everything, he's very efficient. He knows what he wants, what he needs in this. I love his development from being this careless killer to he actually has a soft side to him. Like he says, he's using them, doesn't care about the girls, but we know he does.
Yeah,
we talked about that. He definitely cares about them.
He definitely does. I agree.
Yeah, so and like the fact that his father there made him more human than just a tool.
Yeah,
I definitely liked.
A killing machine with feelings. It's super good.
Yeah. And again, we talked about this. There's really not much to add.
Yeah.
It's a great isekai. I had no doubt we'll get a season 2.
Recommended highly.
Especially with how popular it was for a lot of people.
Yep.
All right. 16.
So I'm a spider. So what?
Really? Oh, okay.
You had it higher?
I didn't watch it.
Oh, I didn't watch it. Well, hey, your turn about a show that you didn't watch.
Yeah.
But I have high. Yeah. So I'm a spider. So what? A wonderful isekai. I love the dynamic of the show. Like, there's so many twists and turns. It's so unique how they incorporate 2 different timelines, a timeline from the past and a timeline from the present, all involving the souls of the class. And then how we find out how their souls came to be into this world, and how there's some grand scheme going on in the background from probably some evil people. There's questions that haven't been answered from certain people and that have been respawned. There's so many different layers to this story, both that have been revealed and also which has not yet been revealed. It's just, again, super duper fun. Action is really good. Some of the jokes are really, really funny. Some of them are okay, but some of them are really funny.
Right.
If you don't like bugs, probably wouldn't recommend the show for you, considering the main character is a spider, and they do go into some decent animation involving said spiders and families and such. But it's a super good show as far as I'm concerned. I think there is a season 2 confirmed already. I cannot wait for that to come out. I'm very much looking forward to it. Again, the show takes what's it called, credit from ReZero in certain aspects from what I've read from the creator. So see some of that here and there with some of the drama and some of like the twists and turns where it's like, oh, you thought it was going to be this person, but it's not, or you thought she was going to die, but she's not, shit like that. So yeah, super solid.
All right, very good. 16, right? 16.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo Revengers.
I have a little higher. Okay.
Yeah, it's around the middle. I love Drake. I love Mikey. I love the fights. Hina, Emily.
Yeah.
I just hate Takemichi.
Yeah, solid.
Like, he's just a fucking. He's a crybaby, or he literally forgets what he was supposed to do after making that clip. Like, I gotta save her. It's like, oh shit, what happened? Oh wait, I gotta save her. That is right. That's what I was supposed to do. And it's just stuff like that. Like,
I want him to fuck Hina. Why can't he fuck Hina?
Eventually, yeah. It's just,
he looks like one of those like 2-minute disappointments.
Yes, probably back then. I don't know about. Actually, no. I take that back. He
looks like a 2-hitter quitter, bro.
I mean, in his current age,
two pump and done. He looks like 2 pump and done.
Yes, yeah. We will go with that. But if he wasn't such a whitey bitch, this would have been higher.
Honest to God, I said this about Platinum End. Even though we only saw the first 12 episodes, if Mirai wasn't such even bigger pussy than fucking Takemichi, Platinum End would have made my honorable mention.
No, it still wouldn't touch it. Still wouldn't touch it.
I would have put it high.
I'm at the point where I actually
really,
but I will still watch it.
That's fair.
But I'll still watch because I need to know how they fucking end it.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be banger. I hope.
It better. If not, I'm gonna give this the worst.
That'll be disappointment of 2022.
Yeah, I'll do it just on principle. I'll break my rule just to put it out there. Fuck you.
Oh,
that is exactly how I would do it. All right. But yeah, that's not much to say. I love it. I know we're getting a season 2 Christmas arc.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Hopefully Takemichi lightens the fuck up.
Yeah.
All righty. 15.
We are halfway done, guys.
We're halfway there.
But beforehand, let's take a commercial break. We'll be right back.
All right, I'm back.
And we're back. Tadaima.
All right. 15.
Jugo.
Which one?
Huh?
Oh, you're saying 15 in Japanese. Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying 15 in Japanese. I should have been counting in Japanese. It's down. Sanju. Let's do a recap really quick. If anybody, you want to do a recap?
Last time on Dragon Ball Z, I gave Ethan a heart attack.
Multiple times over.
I was surprised he's alive.
I am too. God damn. All right, 15. Boruto.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
How dare you?
No, fuck you and everyone who lives in your house.
How dare you? How dare you say that about my cat? He did
Yeah,
nothing to you.
yeah. Still,
Bro, no. So Boruto throughout this 2021 has been a fucking revelation with how solid it is. The majority of Boruto this season has focused on the Kara arc, which is one of the principal arcs of the series. And the way they've delivered it has been absolutely sensational. It's not that cookie cutter bullshit that myself and others have complained about. That happened toward the end of the season. Or end of the end of the year, rather, I should say. But throughout the series, so many solid, or throughout the year though, so many solid episodes, so much solid action, so much solid character development, such solid new things that have happened. You know, people are gonna bitch about like, yeah, you nerf Sasuke, yeah, you nerf Naruto, you know, Boruto's too OP and it's lame, and you know, you can go on and on. But you can't bash the quality of the show in terms of the story. You really can't in this year in 2021. You can't bash the quality of the story. You can't bash the animation because it's pretty decent. It's not the best, but it's not the shits by any fucking. The music has been solid, and again, the character development has just been great. We have more character development with Boruto, with Sarada, with Mitsuki, even the lesser characters, which you know, it's an okay, but you know, some of the other significant lesser characters like Shikadai and Chocho and stuff, that they're the part of the Shikanara team. Like that's it's good. It's really, really, really good. It's got one of the top fights of the year between Naruto versus goddamn Jigen. Yeah, Naruto versus Jigen. Super duper fucking great fight. Yeah, super solid. I will stand for Boruto on at 15. It is fucking great. This year has been a 4 out of 5 for me. I still have it as a 3 out of 5 anime just because all the other parts that I've seen and bitched about are just so fucking needless and stupid. But
right.
it's a 4 out of 5 in 2021 because it fucking delivered, surprisingly delivered so fucking well. And it has brought renewed attention to the series, renewed positive attention at that. There are more fans that are at minimum watching this part of the series because of how good it is. They've skipped all the other shit. I don't necessarily condone that, but you know, there is certain shit that is certainly skippable, but to skip the whole series up until this, I would disagree. But at least they're watching the show, which is credited enough considering how much people have hated Boruto since it came out.
All right, very good. Number 15, Sunny Boy. I love the world building of it. Very slow start, but once we got
Isn't it crazy
more,
considering you almost dropped it?
yeah, I'm glad I didn't.
You almost dropped it to it now being in your top 15.
Yeah, I get it. Once you pay more close attention, I actually had to rewatch some of it a little bit,
Yeah.
and I maybe like it a little bit better than where I probably would have had it. But I love Rajahani, Nagara, Zomi, Mizuho, Yamabiko, the concept of war. It just everything about again. Is this more that there's some of their powers and this the building of all these multiple worlds and just having a bittersweet ending to it. It was like it was a great mystery. I enjoyed it for everything that it did. So as well as I'm glad I didn't drop it because I was very close to, like you said. All right, 14,
My Hero.
All righty, mine didn't make it.
Wow.
I can't justify 5 or 6 great episodes for a whole show.
I didn't hate it.
That's fair.
That second half was fucking 5 out of 5. The first half was a 3 out of 5. The second half was a 5 out of 5. A lot of people would give it like a 2. I would disagree. It was good action. Just, you know, again, people are falling into the same thing. At the end of the day, a lot of people, when you watch shonen action, you want to see like high level action. You want to see death. I don't really care. Like,
I got tired of like another half an arc is a school type thing.
I mean, that's they're training. They're fucking baby heroes. That's what they are. Despite you having the core 3, Deku, what's his face, Todoroki, and Bakugo, despite them being fucking amazing, they're still baby heroes. Come on, dude. Like, what do you expect? They're not going to be All Might. They're not going to be Endeavor. They're not going to be Hawk.
I know, but it didn't need a whole arc again of something we've seen in the previous arcs.
But we got development in terms of, what's it called? We got development in terms of Midoriya learning that he has 8 different fucking quirks inside him. That's significant. We got a little bit of development with Momo and some of the other secondary characters who are going to be pretty critical, I imagine, going into the final stretches of the manga, as we've come to find out, with some spoilers and stuff. We got some what's her face? We got a little bit of development in that arc with what's her face? Ochako and Midoriya. They got closer in a way. And we got a lot of development with what's it called, with Todoroki's family, which I appreciated. I appreciated that mini arc with Todoroki's family and the problems he had with Endeavor, and trying to cope with that broken family. Like, a lot of people bitched about that, and I don't know how you can bitch about a story that was so well laid out in that particular portion of the season. I thought it was very well laid out. I thought it was very well done. I thought it was a good representation of what it may be like for someone to have a broken family, to where, like, like, I hate the shit that my father's done, but he's still my father. And I recognize how, great of a man he is, but he's a shitty dad, but he's trying now, and the family wants to be together because it's the right thing. And there's so many different pieces to that I can appreciate. That was very slice of life-esque inside of My Hero, which you don't get very often in My Hero. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get the humane reality side. I think the last time you probably saw that is probably with Eri being abused, and before that, with Night Eye dying. Those are significant parts of the show that probably had a greater effect in terms of human emotion, but in terms of building that humane reality that someone can relate to, I thought the Todoroki arc with Endeavor was really well done. And of course, as we mentioned before, the Liberation Army arc was great, and the fight with the League of Villains and the League of Villains arc, and how he gets what's it called, how Shigaraki is basically coming into his own, as well as the background story of Shigaraki. It was fucking fantastic in terms of character development and storytelling. This was probably up there with season 1 being one of the greatest storytelling seasons of My Hero. Not action, I agree, the action was not there, but storytelling, which people should try to appreciate more, it was really, really, really good. I can't not justify it being in the top in some capacity on principle of how strong the storytelling was for the majority of the season, even if you exclude the mini arc with the kids, again, 1A versus 1B.
All right, very good. Was that for you?
Yeah.
All right, 14. Way of the House Husband.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted this to be higher, but after the second half, it was really hard to.
Yeah. If it would have been, honestly, if it would have been as funny in the first half or in the second half as it was in the first half, I would have probably put it in my top 10.
Yeah, same. If we're just combining both of them, it's still hilarious.
I still forgot about it though, so it barely made my list considering.
But no, like, it was definitely still hilarious to me despite that.
Yeah.
So I got it. It's fun. You can watch them all in the span of 2.5 hours.
Basically.
Yeah, 2.5, maybe 3 hours. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I know we'll get more in the future. Same with the live action. Live action is still great as well. But yeah, it's worth watching for everyone. All right, 13. Just by a couple. Okay.
Yeah, not by much. A few. Then you had a 17.
It's mid. It's mid. Like, it's in the middle.
High mid.
Yeah, where it should be.
High mid. So we're gonna run into the string. I'm gonna let you know. You've already talked about 13 through 9.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say
that's fine.
Where, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Assassin. Great. It was great. This at this point, Assassin and up is where I'm giving things 5 stars. All these other animes to me are 5-star animes.
Okay.
So heads up for that. But Assassin, great show, great take on an isekai. The action is superb. The storytelling is superb. Character development is great. Music is good. Animation is awesome. And the mystery of, or like the drama surrounding Lug's purpose in that world is growing, and maybe the goddess isn't the fun-loving, proper perky goddess that she says she is. Maybe there's some, something more sinister going on. I always point back to when Lug asked the princess, like, do I have to kill him? Like, can I make him my ally? And she's like, you could do that, but I prefer you kill him. So I want to know, like, there's so many questions I want to know. And Lug is OP as fuck. How could you not like an OP character? I'm not Marte to where it's OP or the shits. But when you get an OP character and he's done right, it's fucking fantastic. And Lug is certainly done right from that aspect. And on top of that, it has moments of the right thing to do, killing for the right reason. When they stop the sex trafficking ring, when they stop the human trafficking, those are two examples of fantastic fucking work. You know, people that sell drugs, people that, you know, killing those people. Like, I'm all for that in real life. So sorry to break it to you guys. Pretty controversial. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you fucking rape women and fucking take children, you should die. You shouldn't live.
Yeah.
You shouldn't fucking live. You've lost that privilege to live when you've infringed on the basic rights of a child. You don't deserve to live. So when they were doing shit like that, I was all for that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I enjoyed it very much. I agree with what you said in terms of the dynamic with the harem. It's a different dynamic from a normal harem. Like normal harems, they're all on him, and you know the guy wants to pick a girl. Lug right now isn't worried about that because he's worried about his mission. But at the same time, because he's a teenage boy, we already know he's lost his virginity. He knows these three women want him in a different way than what he wants. But the way it's laid out, it's pretty interesting, even though he wants to fuck his cousin, or he has fucked his cousin already.
Yeah. No, they fucked.
Yeah, they fucked. So it's a little awkward, but at the same time, you know, it's very intriguing and I love it. I, like you, can't wait till season 2 when we learn about the hero. And yeah, I can't say enough good things about this show. This is one of the top shows for me of this fall season. It's number 13.
Alrighty, number 13, Kageki Shoujo.
Didn't make my list.
I know it did because I liked this more than you did. So
you did like it more than you know.
Yeah.
I really wanted to put it in my honorable mentions. I really wanted to, but it fell flat for me. But that's
yeah. Like I said, we raved about we talked about
I kind of did
for certain episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I definitely loved it for everything that they were trying to do. Again, it's more of we find out all about these girls in this all girls school, but you find out what's wrong with them. Like one's trying to be perfect. The fact that she abandoned this, like she had a chance to have a normal life after not getting it in, but she gave it up with that guy despite loving him. One with eating disorder. One being molested, almost being molested by her stepfather or her mom's boyfriend. One finding her identity, and the twins, one of them being overshadowed by the other. Like we found out all of this, and a lot of these were like had their own individual focus episode, and I loved it for that. They give that time that they like, why do we give a crap about these people except for Hijiri? But she didn't get a backstory. It was the other ones.
Yeah.
So I like that, and I think everything paid off for them at the end. The performances at the very end during the auditions were fantastic. I can't rave about those enough. I definitely think we'll get a season 2. We'll get to find out like where they left off. I think it might just end there. I'm not sure. I think there'll be a good note to end it on. So these things can't go on forever. So that is number 13 for me. 12.
Revengers.
Okay, so a couple ahead of me.
Yeah, so Revengers and Assassin, we were fairly close on. Yeah, again, majority of what you said, totally agree. Takemichi's a bitch. The gang action was awesome. The dynamic, trying to go back in time, really cool. Yeah, I enjoyed it very much. The drama surrounding that show was really good. If ReZero wasn't in this season or in this year, that would have been another one that would have been high on drama. I would probably say I would put that as third. ReZero 1, Fruits Baskets 2, and Revengers, sorry, 3 in terms of drama. Yeah, just, again, in general, just the story was really solid. Just when you think that we have answers, just when you think there's resolution, nope, there's not. And that's something that's attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like the character development is wonderful for many of the characters, super duper good. It's a super popular show. I did a whole cosplay on it. That's how much I liked Revengers. I was Valhalla, and I loved it. There's still so many questions to be answered, and I can't wait till we get those. I'm looking forward to the Christmas arc this year coming up, I guess now. And yeah, super solid.
All right, number 12, Blue Period. This was close to getting higher, but I think this is right where it needs to be. I just talked about it in part 1. If you haven't checked out part 1 yet of this episode, I go again. I love it. There's not much more to say about it. I love Yagachi. I love the episodes with Ryuki. Just seeing these art pieces are beautiful, and just the real life struggles of an artist. I love that. Like they're not sugarcoated. That's what I like about that. Like I want to know the upside and the downside, and there's a lot of downsides to being an artist, and they don't hold back on that. That's why I love Blue Period. I love everything about it. One of my favorite OPs. I probably would have picked that if it wasn't for Wonder Egg and To Your Eternity. Okay, 11.
Duke.
All right, yeah, you definitely did it higher than I did.
Yeah, the next three, don't know what order, and they're all
I know that Higa Hero and fucking the other one.
anyway.
Anyway, go on.
Yeah, at this point, 11 through 1 made me feel emotion.
Okay.
And you know me, for those who know me, I am so huge on shows that make me feel. If you can make me cry, I will rate you fucking high. And it rhymes for a reason. If you can cry, you will be rated high. And I felt that through all the rest of these shows. Duke of Death, as you explicitly said before, a fantastic dynamic between Bochan and Alice. Just that struggle, that the painful struggle of a boy wanting to be with the love of his life, and he can't, because if he is, he'll kill her. It's wild. The shitty situation he has with a shitty mother is fucking terrible. The way he has a funny relationship with his sister is great. Even converting his brother, who's a dick, because his mom is even more of a dick, was awesome. His friends with
Zane and
Zane and fuck, forget her name.
other girl.
Yeah, fantastic. Rob being there is a funny touch, but then offers a serious touch because of how much he does deeply care for him. And again, just the moments that Alice and Bochan share, from the moment that they were children until now. Alice being the light in Bochan's life, to an even bigger extent, or at least to a similar extent as what we saw in Taisho Otome with Tamahiko and Yuzu. That means something. Having someone come out of nowhere to become your rock should be celebrated more, and that is such a beautiful celebration. The CGI aspect, that it was completely done CGI, was very interesting, and it wasn't done badly. Whenever people think of CGI, you think it's going to be the shits. Like, one of the reasons why I didn't put Cestus on here is because the CGI was just awkward. Like, there were some parts of Cestus that I liked, but it didn't hit because it was CGI. But the CGI for Duke was fantastic. As you mentioned, the Tim Burton vibes throughout the show was great. I would love to see a live action done by a Tim Burton. I would love to see a Tim Burton drawn anime of this, or a show of this.
Yeah.
Like, I would love to see that. And again, I can go on about how Duke was, and the fact that it was number 11 from that aspect, and it made me feel that. The rest of them, fuck. But yeah, 5 out of 5. Can't wait for season 2. And I have a strong suspicion season 2, if it keeps going the way it's going, could be in the top 10 this year.
Yeah, we will definitely wait and see. To Your Eternity.
11.
That's number 11. That's right. I did like the area of the world that they were in, and it just started off strong with what's that guy's name in the beginning before Fushi turned into the Nomad. Yeah, I forgot his name too. Yeah, like it starts off with that, to see the emotion that the guy's struggling, trying to find his people till he died, and the seeing Fushi grow to from a literal rock to with these multiple forms, with a bear, for March.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
And I just liked his interactions with people, despite some of them being too much, like March. But when she died, you felt that emotion for Fushi, like if experienced his first death, like someone he gave a crap about.
I did. I made the joke first. I said, thank God. And then the second time I was like, oh, fuck, I get it.
Yeah, that.
I get it.
Like, yeah, now you feel like an asshole, don't you?
I get it.
Yes. And then what you call it, with a Hayase revealing that how she killed Perona for him, type of thing. Like what the, like, I just want to fucking smack her.
Yeah.
But Fushi was is an inexperienced fighter compared to her, so,
and love her and fucking get the fucker.
Try to, yeah. And then the Gugu arc, the prison arc. There was some good, but there was some stuff that was lacking, but it wasn't the worst thing. I did like the payoff for it, and then just the final episode with Fushi and PRN.
Yeah.
I loved all of that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of drama.
That end is
And
what put it in the top 25 for me.
right, no, I agree. Again, it doesn't hold back. It's a shonen, but it's an R-rated shonen.
Is it?
Yeah,
Is it R-rated?
yeah. I'm looking right now. R17 plus,
Really?
despite the teenage shonen demographic. Yeah,
Wouldn't have gotten it.
violence and profanity. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Say fuck.
Well, it's not. Well, people in Dragon Ball say fuck. So
Anyway,
hell, Gohan called Boo a retard in one of them.
they called them when that was an accepted fucking term. Now in 2022, it's one of those terms.
All
You
right,
can't
all
say
right,
that.
all right. We don't want that. I'm
Yeah.
just saying that example. You have to go that whole in depth for Sean to edit out. Damn you. I'm definitely excited for season 2. I am more curious how Fushi will grow from here.
Yeah.
So he looks like an adult now, but once he changes back, he's gonna go back to his original self.
I hope he becomes also different.
Well, that's the thing. He ages, but once he dies or changes forms, and he's gonna go right back to the normal form of it.
Yeah, I know.
But we'll see. All right. One more commercial break, and then we'll do our 10. Let's want to just go right through it right now.
No, it's gotta come. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Our last commercial for our top 10. All right, we're back.
And tired.
Yeah, we're almost done.
12:17 as we.
Yeah, we'll be done at 1.
We'll be done by 1.
I'm sure we'll be done by 1.
God damn. I'm not gonna. I wanted to stay up to watch Wrestle Kingdom. I'm probably not going.
All right, number 10 for you.
Higehiro.
All right.
Higehiro. Yeah, again, as I mentioned before the commercial break, these last anime gave me emotion. Higehiro is another one that gave me emotion. From the time I saw in episode 3 where Sayu basically gets raped, I was hooked, where I need to know how this ends. I hope this ends so well for the girl. I hope Yoshida isn't a piece of shit. I hope,
and he's not.
And again, it's weird at first, and it was especially weird because of the fact that it was running concurrently with fucking Koikimo, which was not a good example of how to do a relationship between a younger child and an older man. Again, for just to remind people, for those that don't know, the cast basically of both Higehiro and Koikimo are a 24-year-old, 26-year-old, something like that, salary man, and a 16-year-old girl, which in terms of an age difference of 8 years isn't bad, except when the girl is in high school and she's barely legal, not even legal. She's not even illegal, but she's legal to, by law, but not really. But in any case, it's just not normal in American standards. And Japan standards, more accepted, or more legal, but I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it's a fucked up, weird situation. But the way that they did it was really, really good. It was very tasteful. Yoshida throughout maintained he did not want anything. He did not touch her, did not kiss her. Sayu literally threw herself at him, like, I want to fuck me. And he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, like, that's not right. No, you can't solve all your problems with sex. No, you can't solve your problems by just running away. But at the same time, sometimes in life you escape to find the questions you have. And that's viable. And there's a lot of life lessons viable in Higehiro, a lot of them. And then at the end, when you had her mom, who was a cunt, as you have to use that word, Sean, she was a complete cunt. And how Yoshida handled that and how Sayu would overcome that. It was wonderful. Absolutely. And at the end, they do give a hint of Sayu and Yoshida be more. She graduates high school. By then, I imagine she's 30 or some shit by now. I don't know, something like that. He's old, but something there. I don't know. I doubt they're going to explore that. I think that's the end. But again, one of the reasons why I love Higehiro so much is the life lessons that it provided you, guiding a broken girl, used her body to find a bed to sleep in for the night.
Yeah,
that is horrific. Should never happen.
That shouldn't be your first choice.
That should not be your first choice. The fact that she felt that is incredibly sad. The stuff that she went through, used by older men, all men that, if by the way they were ever caught, would be thrown in jail for illicit sex with a minor, or what other various like charges and
stuff.
Someone
actually did get arrested for taking a small girl and dad to see Higehiro.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, someone tried to do that and he got arrested. Right, like, take her in, help her out, but no, got arrested.
Yeah, dude.
You cannot do that.
Life is not like that. No. And that's sad. But again, very viable. Again, the emotion despair she felt when that guy was there, the utter lack of, gave herself up again to let the guy who raped her fuck her again in Yoshida's apartment
Yeah.
before Yoshida stepped up. That was so heart wrenching. Sayu crying was heart wrenching. Sayu friend, what's her face, her coworker, and those friends, her trusting Yoshida and Yoshida, all so many different points of Higehiro I loved. I felt him, I cried, and I just appreciated the life lessons. It honestly, in my life, seeing some of these shows like Higehiro and Wonder Egg, I think to myself, if I had a daughter, this is what I want to avoid. This is what I wanted. This is what I want to notice and see and help and feel for these girls, and that I think will help me as a human and an aspiring father if I ever had a daughter. That's how much some of these shows mean. So number 10.
All right. Number 10, Wonder Egg Priority. Again, this could have been higher. This could have been number 1. This could have been the best thing I've seen in years. We were so close.
Yes, far.
But we just did not get that far. It started great. I love the whole like psychological horror / fantasy type concept they were trying to give us with it. Of like why it's important, like all these suicides that are happening and the different ways of it. Like Eyes was bullying, Momo was molestation, the other was people having consequences for what they want, and Rika was just suicide, but like fan base, like people do it for their fans type of thing. As and self, sorry, so it's mostly self harm because she cuts herself.
Self harm, and then also judging.
Yeah, judging and self harm, and we got all these aspects that we try to like find out what happened to Koito-chan from with like Ai's friend, and they ruined that with the special.
Yeah.
So she was a psychopath. She was trying to get with me. She's got mad because I liked your shit. Friend or say I raped her, and then she tripped. And then again, a lot more sci-fi came in, and then multiverse. And it's like, what the?
I feel like putting Higehiro now that, yeah, oh, she tripped. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. That's how I fucking feel about it. And then, other than that, again, everything before that was fantastic. But once the recap happened, and after Momo's episode, it went downhill.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You know what?
All right, you move.
I'm gonna move it. You know what, guys? I'm putting Higehiro at.
Okay, so we'll get to that later. All right, so we'll get to your 10 and 9 again. But I like that there's a lot more to like than dislike. It's just the payoff made me not rate it in like a good conscience.
I have it a little bit.
Okay, 10 for you.
We'll do 10 again. So we'll do 10. Should I do 10, 9, and you'll go to 8, or you'll go to 9? You'll go to 9.
I'm going to 9. Yeah,
you're going to 9.
So do your 10. And then you're 9, and then I'll go to my 9.
Okay, fair enough. So now that I've rearranged it again, number 10 is remake.
Okay.
Remake. Again, I had it higher. Again, remake is honestly one of the reasons why I loved remake is because I really learned so much life. Like, I have a nice career and for a nice company, but I would have loved to have been a writer. I would have loved to be able to go back in my life and start over like my freshman and knowing some stuff. Like, my ass would have not been as good as what I'm reading.
Hold on, let me go back.
I wouldn't have been nearly as proper as him. And that's something that they mentioned at the end of the series. Like, you could have gone back knowing like Kyoya-kun. I would have not been nearly as nice. I would have known like, oh, Amazon's going to blow up. Apple's going to blow up. Like, I would have invested and I would have been fucking set. Would have been making money hand over fist. Right, through investment,
right?
And that's not what Kyoya did. Kyoya went back because he wanted to in the gaming in from the get-go. He didn't want to do general, be part of that goal. And I would love to be combat sporty, writing about wrestling, writing about boxing. Fantastic. Just in general, I enjoy writing. I found writing escape with press. Just to have it to write, I can write and type. But I related so much to Kyoya, especially at that time not quite that time, because at that point I had started my career in IT security, which is very lucrative for me. But before that, just the feeling that I had just felt months prior of being stuck in a rut, not getting an opportunity, poor. I would go back. I agree with your assessment over the fact that we don't get questions. How does he get to go? Why is he to go?
And why does Keiko have that ability? Who is Keiko?
Who is Keiko? Why does she have that ability? The cliffhanger at the end with Surayuki. That and why that happened.
I also wish Kyoya and Nanako interacted in the future.
I do wish to see that too. I would love to see that
instead of just watching her through on YouTube.
Yeah, through their youth. Her and Shinoaki. Him and
Yeah,
Shinoaki were such a great couple. I love them.
I liked Iko also.
I like Iko also, but I like Shinoaki. Shinoaki was so nice, wholesome, but freaky. You could tell, but they never explored that. There's no reason to explore that. Obviously, that's fair. But she was a great wife, and he liked her. He definitely liked her, and he had a whole beautiful daughter. He had a nice life. He could have been made. He could have had it set, but he said no. This isn't right because there is reality for when you go back in time, and that's something you don't ever think about. With when I was like, I want to go back in time, I want to start over from my freshman year of high school, completely different. Sure, you could do that, but there's always consequences in stuff that is inevitable, stuff that fate should be. I love
Right.
that aspect. It was very eye opening. The other things about the show, I love the animation. The best things of that of the summer. One of the best animations of the summer. The music was good. It was refreshing to see a show about college kids. A lot of times when we talk about
Yeah.
romances and we talk about slices of life, they're about high school kids. And the fact that this was about young adults in college dealing with adult situations with adult consequences was very, very good. And I appreciated that very much watching. Again, I felt the emotion, not nearly as much in the list, but I felt that was critical.
All right. Now 9 for you.
9 for me.
And then I'll do my 9 and 8 because you did your 8.
I did my 8, yeah. So 9 for me. Wonder Egg.
All right. So you did higher by 1.
Higher by 1. I had it at 8, so I switched it. So after I
You're
talked
welcome.
myself,
You're welcome.
yeah, I know, because she fucking slept. But no, I rated it. It's impossible not to rate it in the top 10. I feel it was impossible not to put it in the top 10 because
but it's also impossible to put it in 5, top 5.
Oh, for sure, I can't.
Yeah,
I can't see it being better than 7 through 1 for me.
Yeah,
but all the ground that it covered was so eye-opening. Like I would have never in my wildest dreams thought about the plight of a girl from that perspective, and especially the themes that it took. The bullying, as you mentioned, bullying with Nehru being judged, especially she's a black character on top of that. I'm very surprised
hers was more goal oriented, but there was consequence because like someone wanted to be beautiful. Well, guess what happens to you, bitch?
Yeah. Momo being gay or being confused about her sexual identity, because they're at first, was she trans, gay?
Momo's trans, likes guys.
Yeah, like what was her dynamic? Ruka judging and causing the suicide of her biggest fan, as well as the self-harm, her having daddy issues, all of that, the dynamic with the sensei, the suicides of all these different girls, and just they're so horrible. Like girls that were molested, girls that were raped, girls that had no friends, girls that were stupid because they did it for their fans, for the fan, a girl who wasn't accepted because she was trans. That I always think of that girl. I think of that girl, or that boy, I should say.
Yeah, boy.
I should say that boy. I always think about that boy in that show. That was one of the most powerful episodes that I saw.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I am curious since Momo victims were all molestation rape victims. I wonder what happened to Momo to make her fake all that stuff.
Momo faked? What do you mean fake?
No, I know what made Momo think about all that, because we saw IB bullied, we saw Ruka get self-harming. So what happened to Momo about was she molested younger, or
maybe it's funny when you not funny. It's interesting when you think of the girl in Keki Shoujo that doesn't like men at all.
Yeah.
So perhaps it was something similar in that fashion.
Yeah, that's
a traumatic experience with a man of some capacity. We'll never know because they won't answer it. But there's so many the questions. It gets your mind running. And again, they're just so sad. Just these are all young girls, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. Just they're ending their lives on stuff that was out of their control, but stuff that should have never happened. Another one that sticks out to me is a girl who was being basically abused by her dad's boss. And when she snitched on him, her dad got fired, and her mom said, "You ruined our lives. You should have just accepted it. That tells you that you're a pretty girl because guys want you." Not the principle of that's your daughter being abused by a grown man for the sake of like your household. That's not in any way, shape, or form or reality or dimension remotely acceptable or understandable or condonable. Nothing of the sort. And it just so gut wrenching, so heartbreaking. I cried so much to so many of these girls that, felt that pain, that suffering, and their only recourse was to kill themselves. Like
Yeah.
that fucking hurts. And I honestly, I don't feel bad for people that commit suicide. I'm very anti-suicide, obviously. Like that's never your answer. And like I'm not gonna delve into it because I'm probably gonna hurt people. But at the same time,
Yeah, no.
it was impossible not to feel anything whatsoever seeing these plights, seeing these stories. It fucking hurts deep. And then the mystery horror aspect with the girls toward the end of the season was super insane. Even even though it took a bit of a weird turn with the whole Greek like thing going on with the mythology, Greek mythology, with the antagonists, I thought
Yeah.
was interesting. They could have done something with that. It was out of left field, but it wasn't egregious. I could have, as long as we got a proper ending to that would have been acceptable to me, and I would have learned many different things. Again, the music from the opening intro makes me feel all sorts of tension is hearing it because of how beautifully depressing that song is. The end, after you saw somebody fucking like go through something traumatic, the end is like it's so like happy, and it's such the antithesis of the show. There were so many great parts to the show, but as Matt and I have gone over significantly in several episodes, including the last couple, just the ending just fucking shit the bed. It shit the fucking bed. Everything that I just said, it could have been number 2 or number 1, and the ending just was whack. But I adore this show, and this is one of those shows, as I mentioned with Higehiro, what happened with these girls. A father, I want to be a father one day. Like if I have a daughter, like I will take what I saw from Greg. I will take what I saw from Higehiro. I'll take from what I saw from what I've seen from a show like Clanad, which I fucking say is my favorite show of all time. I will take those lessons, apply them in life. If you can do that to a show, from a show, that's fucking special. And no matter how shitty Wonder Egg, it was a goddamn special show because I learned so much about a female life that I would have not thought of prior to seeing that show. And I appreciate very much. And I also, another thing that made me more open to, again, just the aspect of with the questions of homosexuality in terms of females, the lesbian aspects, the queer aspects, the transgender aspects. Those are all stuff that I don't really pay much attention to. I'll read it in the news, but it opens your eyes more, and I can say that I'm more in tuned to those issues and plights and more sympathetic to them because of this show. And that's also a significant win. And then finally, I keep going on and on about this. It just, there's so much to be made. Wonder Egg is a fantastic show because it highlights what is truly going on in Japan. Like this is an actual thing that happens in Japan for those who don't know. Like it is significant that like there are girls that go through this every single day in the roughest aspects of life in Japan. And the fact that it did such a masterful job of highlighting the realities of certain women, certain girls in that country should be celebrated, and it should be reveled that it did do that. It should get a lot of flowers for all that it did. And that ending, really shits on all of that. But at the same time, I've just gone on about it for about 10 minutes. And so the ending can't be that bad if I just spent 10 minutes spilling my guts about how wonderful this show is. So there's number 9, and the number 8 was Hero. So go ahead with 9 and 8, buddy.
All right, number 9, Rank of the Kings.
Wow. And it's
not
even done.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was like, there were more out of the Patriot. It was number 5 on mine, and then it's weird how part 2 is nothing.
So you had part 1 of Moriarty as in your top 5 of the year
of last year, yeah.
And because of part 2 just being okay, it didn't even.
Yeah, like everything felt rushed. It was just like, what happened? Like if you just compare the quality of both parts,
I agree. Part 1 was better.
Part 1 was fantastic, but it was just not enough to make me want to love it. Like except for like the last 2 episodes near the end. Like the whole James Bond thing was eh.
I don't know how you could put Moriarty not above Aquatope, not above Taisho. I mean, those are the only ones that we shared. Not
Yeah,
above Megalobox.
well,
And
I
I love
like
Megalobox.
Megalobox. So I love Megalobox. This more it was just fine.
Yeah, yeah.
There's nothing to write home about.
Anyway,
But I'm still excited for the specials when they come out. But
yeah, yeah.
again,
Ranking
it
of
was just
Kings.
all right. Regular Kings. I talked about this enough. I love the story of Boji. It's like a younger Game of Thrones without all the rape. But there's definitely a lot of betrayal. There's some violence to go around, and it's just the adventure of this Boji Kage. Definitely learning to overcome your disability because of your asshole father. Fuck that guy.
Fuck that prick.
Yeah, like there's a lot of characters you expect to hate, but you really don't.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're actually good people, just different mindsets.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I mentioned it makes me feel like it's a lighthearted thing, but again, this is just so much more than that. Once you actually look into it, it tricks you with that animation. So that's why I like that. I wish we had the whole thing. This came out in summer, but beggars can't be choosers. All right, number 8, Odd Taxi.
I
watched it.
I heard a lot about Odd Taxi, and it's rated one of the top shows of the year, and one of the top, like, I think 25 shows in all of, I think.
Yeah, and some are calling it like the best original. I probably would have picked it if it wasn't for Link Click, but no, I said I could watch since everything was delayed by like a week or two. I could watch one more show, and I chose Odd Taxi.
So you watched this week?
Yeah, I watched it from like Thursday to
was this during quarantine?
Tuesday. I wasn't in quarantine.
Oh,
but there just nothing was airing.
mm-hmm.
So I watched it whenever I talked about it in the group. I think that was
I don't recall.
I watched it from Tuesday. I watched some Tuesday, a couple more Thursday, and I finished it. And I just loved it. And I can see what the fuss is about. It starts as a slice of life type, like life as a cab driver, Otokawa, the walrus, picking up all these people, and you find that the people he does pick up, like one of them's a gangster.
So he's a taxi cab driver picking up different characters.
Yeah, but it starts like that, and then you find out there's a case of a missing girl, and they think Otokawa did it because she was last seen in his cab. And you see him talking to someone in his house, but you don't see who it is in the closet. And then it starts like there's a corrupt cop that's just trying to blame him. There's another character that want to kill Otokawa because he was this guy, Hajime, who was like, obsessed with gacha games. Like he spent millions, like he spent like a shit ton of money just to get this type of certain character. He got it, but Otokawa's like cab almost ran him over, so he dropped his phone, and the phone broke, and it didn't save where he got that rare item in the game.
Wow!
So that made him like crazy, like he wanted to kill Otokawa. It's like holy shit. And Dobu, which is another supporting character, I love Dobu. He's a gangster that collects money for people. He's actually like helping Otokawa. That's because there's a rival there, Yano, and Yano's a rapper. Like he speaks only in rhymes.
Oh god!
like you hear the rhyme in the you hear the beat in the background. It's just him talking in rhymes.
See, like in what you've just told me, there's aspects I would love and aspects I would hate. Like I hear this and I automatically think 3 out of 5. Like literally off this description that you just told me, 3 out of 5.
But this is definitely a 5 out of 5 for me. But I'm leaving stuff out just in case you watch it.
Yeah.
But is this so much there? And then the ending, at first I didn't make sense of it, but I like looking it over again, it's like it does explain so much, but I can't say it.
Sure.
But again, I like the characters, I like the mystery, how it was actually built. They were building up to this mystery the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot of fun, colorful characters. We're getting a movie on April Fools. I'm definitely gonna be watching that. But yeah, great shit
on Odd Taxi.
Yeah.
Is it another, I guess, adventure, or is it a follow-up?
I don't know. There's no details about the movie. As I mean, like the main story is over, so I'm curious as to what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
All right, 7 for you. Go ahead. We're back to where we are.
Sorry, 86.
Okay. Yep. That. You know what? I kind of figured that's where it would be for you.
86. I mean, we still have 2 more episodes to go.
But you still seen enough to
you've seen enough
give
to
it
rank.
that.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Just like you saw enough of Ranking of Kings to put it at fucking 9.
Yeah.
86. Fantastic story. I've always said if you want to see Code Geass without the maniacal main character, this is it. Mech action, fantastic. Racism, not so fantastic, super powerful, super significant, a driver, especially in the first half, but a driver to this whole story is that racism, the story of those suffering from that racism and the plight of being child soldiers. They're child soldiers, dude, like that. What? And they're just being sent to die by these people because of race. Like, it's like the end of the war with Nazi Germany. Just send the 13, 12-year-olds, 6-year-olds, whatever, all these kids into battle to die a needless death for a country on its deathbed, losing and that's happening in 86. Fucking. And then at the same time, we have an aspect of that main character that all he knows is fighting. All he knows is death. He doesn't know how to live a normal life. He's lost his entire family. Like, and he suffers with not wanting any. He accomplishes his goal of liberating his family in a certain capacity, and then what? And then on top of it, they have the opportunity to live normal lives, and they choose not to. They choose to go back in the battle for a country that adopted. I mean, that's absolutely incredible. As I said, the music, fantastic. Animation, fantastic. The drama, fantastic. And even the story regarding the other main character, Lena, who's part of the racist country but wants to fight for these people because she knows they're people. Just because they have a different skin color, a different hair color, different eye color, they came from a different place, not as affluent, and they treat them like pigs, and it's like literal pigs, I think. And it's like, dude, like, and she fights for them, and she is shunned by her people for fighting for these. Like, it's incredibly sad. And then it's such a crazy character development to see her go from preppy and proper and oblivious to what goes on, so when she realizes what's going on, she fights, and when she doesn't get what she wants, she gets demoted and she becomes just a bitch, but not like a real bitch, but like a bitch to like the country because of the fact that they're fucking her ideals, and their ideals are wrong, and they won't accept the true ideals that they should be. Like, there's so many different like pieces to that it's absolutely splendid. And about the show, like I said, just people like be in that despair, and they die like that. There's a lot of death in 86, and that's pretty damn potent as well when you watch that show.
Right.
Beyond the incredible mech action, beyond the wonderful animation, beyond the good music, the build up to the action, the sad parts when people die unexpected, however the case is, it's sad. It's like, think of like when you graduate from high school, right? And you have a group of your friends, and your friends go one way, your friend goes the other way, your friend goes another way, your friend goes another way. You guys drift apart, and before you know it, you're the last one left in the same place where the 5 of you started. Say a 5 as a random number. So imagine that, except somebody died. This
Right.
person died today. This person died today. This person died today. This person died today. There were 20 of you guys. Now there's 5. There may not be 5 tomorrow. There may be 4. There may be 1. And just that dynamic is so tense, so powerful. It's really, 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 really good. Like I said, I can't recommend it. I really hate that they have to release the last 2 seasons, but something, I appreciate them because they're not doing what we mentioned, what we bitched about. They're not rushing. They're not fucking miscovering stuff. Like, and this is based off of a light novel,
Yep.
I believe.
That's
So
still going.
and it's still going. So they're wanting to do it justice, which I appreciate. And I really hope they do. And if they do, I can't retroactively really go back, but it's got a chance to break 5. I'm not going to probably put it above 4 through 1, but yeah, I love it. I love 86. I can't recommend it enough. I will be frank, if you have been a part of war in some capacity or conflict, this may not be the show for you. However, if you have been, then you might be able to appreciate it a little bit more if you want to check it out. So I highly implore.
All right, very good. Number 7, Urubichi Oni-san. Like, if I was to be in top 5?
I'm surprised I ranked it higher than you did.
These few I saw more than you, so
Crazy.
But no, what more can we say? It's hilarious. I love everything about it. All the characters, all the comedy, the humor. There's a couple of slow moments in the episodes, but that overall, they're just all banging. Yeah, fucking Kumatani. I loved him. Like, this is his old thing. Like, just putting the director in his place.
Right.
That's why he punched his old boss, because of a cat.
Right.
Usahara is a fun punching bag.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him, but fuck him. Ikiteru is great. Utano and her Love Life is shitty, but you know what? It's still funny. The introduction of Kikaku, that guy that guy that does the merch sales, fucking crazy shit.
He's a psychopath.
He was like, but I also loved him. And like, and then it's like Uramichi was like, I should probably open up. Then he sees him, he's like, oh wait, I should.
No.
Like, never mind. And fuck those kids, all those kids that like call it out. It's just like freedom, hope, love. They have those, unlike us adults. Never in my life have I been so offended by someone that I absolutely agree with. But it's great. It's fantastic. This is something that I would highly recommend for people to definitely check out, especially in the comedy. Alrighty, 6.
Michio Nissan.
All right, so you're ranked higher by 1.
Right behind it by 1. Everything you just said and more. If you want jokes about adult life, like this is it.
And seeing actual depression in adults.
And see actual depression in adults. And it's all relatable. It's all relatable. For anybody that's possibly been in any sort of adult situation in some capacity probably felt that. And it's a hilarious take on depression, which you don't really say too often. You don't say like, you're fucking depressed,
pretty much.
Fucking loser. And the way they do it in Uramichi, it's fucking hilarious. Absolutely to die for. I laughed so hard. I laughed the hardest out of any of these shows that I've seen. This harder than fucking House Husband, Nagatoro, any of the shows. I laughed hysterically for a lot of Uramichis. It was like, wow. Or just losing your shit, just laughing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was my surprise because of how funny it was. I mean, for me, it's not a Konosuba. I always think Konosuba is my funniest anime that I've ever seen. So it's not that level. But it's goddamn high up there. It's one of the funniest animes I've ever. So for sure.
All right, number 6, Vivi, Fluoride Eye Song. This was close to being top 5. I love Vivi. I love Matsumoto. I love their journey during all this experimenting, trying to like save the world. Turns out they fully didn't because of the fucking main computer fucked them up on the way there. And animation is fucking stellar. It is one of the most beautiful ones I have seen. This definitely could have been a favorite animation for sure. The fight with Vivi and the leader of the Turk. That was just fucking fast-paced, stupendous fight sequence. The only thing that is holding me back from ranking it high was the antagonists were bad. The terrorist group and then the main computer, they were bad. Like they were very bland, generic. There's nothing special about them. So is this one of those? Is this because of those? That's what held that. But outside of those, again, everything else is just beautiful, and especially that final episode with her final song before dying. I got a little teary eyed just watching that, and it's just great. It's definitely worth it's worth the watch. Definitely worth the praise. It went from being one of the most stuff that underrated, something no one's ever heard of until 4 episodes in. Everyone has heard about it. So definitely quite the feat for that. And it's great. I can't say anything else good about it. All right. Number 5.
You're in the top 5, y'all.
We're doing it.
ReZero.
All right.
ReZero. I had completely forgotten that ReZero actually came out until I was like looking at like what came out this like during like that I don't have. And I was like, oh shit, ReZero, of course. Again, ReZero is a standard bearer of isekai. It is a standard bearer of high drama, high pressure, high fucking God, so much. It's a standard bearer for storytelling, a standard bearer for world building, character development. It's fantastic. Animation's fantastic. It's a standard bearer. It is a standard bearer of isekai and a shadow of a doubt. This is one of the biggest seasons in terms of storytelling that we ever got, season 2. And it was most highly anticipated shows in a while. As Matt said before, the character development that we get with Subaru and Amelia and the other side characters like your Ottos, your Garfield, your Frederica's. Rem didn't do shit, so as much as people love Rem, stop. You can't really say shit about Rem. Just asleep the whole fucking time, guys. Stop, fucking stop. Ram though was a star. Roswell was a star. Ekidana in certain capacities was a star, especially with everything that went on with Amelia. Super duper duper. The trials portions were fantastic. Everything about fucking ReZero, we saw it was super fantastic. Even the end, people criticized the end like, it wasn't fucking bloody enough. He didn't die. Blase, blase, blah. Wait till the first episode of season 3. Yeah, you're gonna see some death, motherfuckers.
Whenever we get that.
Whenever we get the first episode of season 3, spoiler alert, guys, a lot of motherfuckers die in that first episode. So you be bitching, we didn't get death. It was too nice. Subaru looks too happy. You shouldn't be happy. First off, you're a piece of shit. Second off, you're gonna get.
Although he deserves to be fucking happy. I'm sorry, he needs to be fucking happy.
Yeah, like it's like let's apply a wrestling term, right? I hear this often, and it makes like if you see somebody constantly lose, eventually it doesn't mean shit that they fucking lost. You know what I mean? Like you need to give them wins. You need to give them success for them to, you want to invest more in a character when they succeed. I feel, what I'm saying? Eventually you can invest in a character that's losing, but then eventually if you just know they're going to lose, it doesn't mean shit. You know what I'm saying? So if Subaru's going to keep losing and losing, dying and dying and dying and dying and dying, then eventually it's just like, oh, well, he's just going to fucking die. That's all he has to do. Just die and start over again. Die and start over again. Oh, you fucked up. Die and start over again. But when he actually succeeds, when he gets to those points where he's at the checkpoints, like those are critical milestones and that should be celebrated more. So the fact that he's at this point at the end of season 2, when he's happy, him and Amelia are happy, they're on the verge of being together, they've kissed, all that, it's fantastic. It was fantastic. I thoroughly enjoyed ReZero, another show that gave me emotions. If I'm being quite frank, 3, 1, 1, 3, 8, 9, and 10 gave me more emotions than ReZero. 11 too, to a certain extent, but everything about ReZero in terms of everything you want in a show: animation, storytelling, character development, world building, music, action, drama, intensity, thrillingness, all that. It delivers. It absolutely delivers. And as I mentioned before, there's a reason why it is the isekai standard bearer of today. There's not an isekai that comes close to it in terms of its rival. There isn't. There's other isekais that are out there that are equally as fun for various reasons. My number 4 is an isekai. Spoiler alert. Is another isekai in its own way is amazing, but it is a standard bearer bar fucking none.
All right, very good. That was 4 or that 5?
That's 5.
5. All right, number 5, case study of Vanitas.
Oh wow,
yeah, this was great. I didn't expect this to be as good, so I am surprised and happy to say that I was wrong. The music's great. OP, fantastic. ED, probably one of my favorites. This how France is for them. That's the dynamics of Vanitas, Jenna, Dom. The other characters like Roland. It's funny. It's emotional. And just when there's action, there's definitely some good action. I like the animation for it. And just seeing from the preview of part 2, I am very excited to see where I want to see more of this. I'm very much excited for this arc. For all we know, this might be my favorite of the season. Who knows? We'll find out.
Stay tuned on the 2022 episode of Talk to
Yes. Yes. But this was one of those I praise enough. So, all right. Number 4.
That time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Okay.
Slime. Again, another standard bearer of isekai, but for completely different reasons, where ReZero is very serious, very thrilling. Slime is like a shonen type of isekai where it's all action, a lot more lighthearted, but it doesn't mean it's not as equally badass. I love the fuck. Oh shit! I just knocked over my fucking headset.
There you go. Good job.
God damn it. Go men. There we go. All
right. Very good.
I enjoyed the fuck out of this season of Slime. It was fan-fucking-tastic. The action from the first episode to the last episode, the character development, the fucking story, the various stories we get were all wonderful. It was superbly done. I was on the edge of my seat, always being left wanting more. Always happy when I did get more. The payoffs were fantastic throughout the season. I cannot wait. I believe the next thing is a movie. I cannot wait for that goddamn movie. It was so fucking fun. Slime was one of those ones where I looked forward to it immensely. Whereas all the other ones, I can't really say from the bottom of my heart, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Maybe, no. No, maybe ReZero. 5 through 1. That thing that's very unique is that 5 through 1 really left me. I can't wait till next week. I want more now. I can't. I
Right.
need more. Versus anything else, like okay, I would wait. There was some delays sometimes, or like I would be scared. Like Wonder Egg, I was always scared for the next episode because of how depressing it was. Hige Hero, I was scared. 86, like it was cool. Like like I maybe to a certain extent, but not nearly as much as 5 through 1. Uramichi, eh. From that standpoint, like if there wasn't an episode, I wouldn't have died. Duke wouldn't have died. Revengers would have died. Remake, I was kind of like that with remake where I wanted more, but no, 5 through 1, like I had left me salivating, and slime left me like that every. And boy, was I happy when I got my slime every week. It was wonderful. Everything, like I said, I can't recommend this enough. The fight, I really probably should have put Rimuru in terms of fight of the year. He would have been up there in the discussion too.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. It's now past 1 o'clock and we're still not done. Haha.
Yeah, we're almost there.
Almost there. Yeah, like I said, I love the fuck out of slime. I can't wait for 5 out of 5. Superb. Loved it. Fucking hell yeah.
Very good. Number 4, Link Click. Yeah, this was very high. I stand by it.
Mhm.
Again, it's a Chinese anime. Animation for it is great. Guanlu and Chang, the duo of them is great. They probably would have been close to as one of my favorite duos. The whole thing is mostly time travel. Like they're traveling through time to for cases. Like, hey, can we have a case for this? Basically, whether it's trying to get a file for someone or a message to someone, they do these, and there's rules that they have to follow. Like they can't change anything. Like don't interact with our past selves if they're there. And there are times where that happened. One goes back in time in that person's body to do while the other one stays behind and tells them what to do. So we have all that there, and almost every episode is just like holy shit with all these, especially during the middle with an earthquake. There's an episode about an earthquake, and the goal was basically he wants Chang to go back to send letters or have like final words to his loved ones, like his mother, a girl he loves, his basketball team. But Chang changed that. He wanted to save everyone, and he said, "You cannot do that." I got to the point where it's like, "Okay, I want to save this guy's mom." It's like, "Fine, I'll tell you what to do." She dies anyway. Basically, just told him that to say, "What stays dead stays dead." So that made them fight for a while, and then we find like the main villain, and it builds up to the second season, and I just cannot wait. That cliffhanger is like fuck. Like soon as we saw those end credits, I was like, no. So now I have to wait for whenever they do make the second season. It is confirmed, but they no date yet. So I'm hoping spring, maybe summer, if it goes well. But yeah, great. My favorite original. Everything about it was fantastic. Number 3. All right.
That's why when you told me you rated it 20, what?
23.
23. That blew my fucking soul that you rated it so low, because I felt so much.
Okay, that's fine.
It is probably a top 5 rom. It is probably a top 5, like pure romance. Top 5.
Okay.
It was incredible. I already went over about how I think Miyamura and Hori are the ship of the year, but again, like as someone who appreciates romance anime, they are everything you can possibly in terms of prototypical dream romance, finding that light spare out of the blue, slowly warming up, having those, and then having the courage to admit that, being able to proceed forward, taking those steps. It's everything that you absolutely, and all the other characters are great. So many different stories, so many different them as they grow. Even though I can agree with your assessment that it might feel rushed, considering they went through about of high school in about 12 episodes, be fucking fast. And the manga I think is what 100 something chapters
around there.
Yeah, so they adapted a lot.
They could have easily done this as a 2-season thing.
They could have done it. I agree. It wasn't egregious at all. I didn't feel that way. And maybe if I had read the manga, I probably would feel the way you felt. But because I didn't, it was great.
That's fair.
I enjoyed everything. Music so helpful. That music was incredibly helpful. Animation. If Takt wasn't around, I might have picked Horimiya.
That's fair.
Vivid so stands out. When you look into the eyes and you hear them like talk, you feel that emotion. You feel that like it carries weight with you. The words in which you're hearing at that moment carry weight, whether it's an emotional weight, a funny weight, a curious weight. There's something to that, and that's all done through little pieces and details in the animation where it stands out. Again, the story, the love story, superb. The other characters' stories are superb. I really wish, and I don't think they get fleshed out. I wish they would flesh out more of the side characters. Like in terms of their love stories, I would love to see those. Those don't get fleshed out, I don't think. But
Yeah, that was one of my other problems.
yeah, I would have loved that. But as it was, fantastic. I was like, you know what? I really felt like one of those like women watching a love story. Miyamura proposed to Hori, and that was such a beautiful, captive. I was shocked with the sex episode, but in a positive way. It was incredibly well done, so sensual, so pure, the purest you can possibly think of in a high school sex situation. You know what I'm saying? Like these two people, they've reached this point of like, you know, the point of no return, but it was done so eloquently. The lead up in that episode from the previous chapter of the manga, incredible, seamless, so seamless the way they did it, to where she felt such affection for this man that being left alone with him, she felt that hotness in her. You know, I don't have to go into crazy details about it, but just the impact in which they talked about it and they did it, and everything about that was fucking amazing. It was so amazing. It was so great. You don't get that in rom-coms. You don't get that in romance anime. You really don't. There I can't name a lot of romance animes that have done romance the way Horimiya did romance. And it was fucking incredible. It had so much expectation. For some people, it didn't quite live up to it, but no one that I've heard of has shit on Horimiya at all. No one has said this is an awful anime. This was a waste. They shouldn't have done it. Nothing. All I've heard is positivity, even if it's not a lot of positivity or like gushing positivity the way I'm positive about it. It was so fucking incredible, so impactful. I want more so bad. Animated, because I'm not going to go back and read. I don't have the time to read it, but I want more, and it was well done. Cloverworks hit it out of the park for me, at least as an anime only watcher. They hit it out of the park with Horimiya, where they fucked me with Jobless. I'm sorry, not Jobless. When they fucked me with
Neverland and
Neverland and the end of Wonder Egg. I got everything I wanted and more with Horimiya. And I shouldn't even say more. I got everything I wanted with Horimiya. I want so much more, and I'm never going to get it. And that makes me sad. But it's a top 5 rom-com. It's up there. I can't think of too many other rom-coms that have done rom-com right. And they did it right. And I'm so happy, so grateful I saw this.
All right. I think I know what our number 2 is going to be, so we'll do that together. But number 3, Fruits Basket.
3 was Fruits.
Yeah. I still loved it.
I know.
I just like the other 2 better.
Sure.
And I just love where it picked off, where Toru.
I want to know what your number 1 is, because if you're saying
yeah,
you know what number 1 is.
Yeah, but what I love that I love Kureno. I actually felt bad for Kureno after everything he went through.
Kureno's so awesome.
It's like, yeah, fuck you. You're the black sheep because you got free first. You fucked Akito, you son of a bitch. Fuck you.
And he ends up going with fucking Utami.
Yeah, of all people. But
16.
Also, fucking Haru almost punched Akito.
Should have.
I was like, yeah, do it, like for the love of God, do it,
bro. You should have fucking punched her in the uterus so hard.
Yeah, like after everything with Isuzu, yeah.
So
he finds it all bad. You see him enraged for the first time, like actually legit lose control.
Yeah.
And it's a great moment. and then what you call it? I love that Toru's not with Yuki. I'm throwing that out there.
Grateful.
No, like I know, like cause I love that it was hinted that the first season was gonna be Yuki and
Toru.
Yeah. And just and then when it came to like season 2, like you feel like they really not clicking.
No, well, toward the end of season 2, they had mentioned, you know, like
I'm just like in the beginning, like
Toru as a mother.
I talk about like the beginning of season 2 in the middle of it.
Yeah. So basically, we find out that Yuki feels that Toru's more of a motherly figure. Yeah.
Yeah,
if that was the case, if I see her as a mother, only one natural way to go.
Yep. I they developed that well, so I was like,
They did.
this makes sense.
They did.
So I'm okay with that. And just seeing Kyo like open his heart out to Toro, like what happened with the mother, like how he blames himself, like because she heard her say like I won't forgive
powerful.
you, like all that. You just see him cry and breaking it down, like legit emotions from him because he actually cares about it. But after everything that happened, he's like, you should hate me type of thing. And then Toro's like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to defy my mother. Like you would not expect to hear that after how much she talks about her mother. Like my mother's first. Fuck everyone else.
Yep.
But when Kyo just talked about it, is a complete 180.
Kyokun.
Yeah.
She says in
yeah,
that
so
voice, Kyokun.
Yep. So that was a complete 180 right there. And I actually did feel a little bad for Akito because she got manipulated thinking all this was gonna be hers type of thing.
I hate it.
I hate her too, but it's one of those like after seeing her story, you can't help but feel a little bad for her. Because again, her mother made her.
I get it.
Again, like the mother made her pretend to be a boy, basically.
Yeah.
Because basically, it was all a god. Like a god was a male.
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, you're gonna I'm gonna boy you up. And then the father was big to say like, hey, everyone's going to love you no matter what. And she took that to heart, no matter how much she abused these people.
Yeah, I get it.
But you find out like, no, fuck you. If you're an asshole, we're leaving. Fuck you.
I get it.
So it's just all those aspects. And what was Momoji's thing that triggered to have his curse broken? Or they didn't say it just or just more like it happened.
He got over his mother.
Okay. I was trying to think, I try to remember if something actually happened or it just magically happened and it's like, okay, well, I'm leaving. Bye.
He finally got over the fact that he can't see his mother, I think.
Well, he can now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not a bunny anymore.
Yeah, but I think that lies too.
Yeah, but I know there's definitely more. So I loved Someone's relationship with what was it, Machi? No, talk about the girl.
Maki is the girl that
Machi, Karagi. Yeah, I love that first like I hate you. You're not all that shit. You're not the king of the school.
She was broken.
Yeah, and there's like, oh shit, and then
we find out she hated her. She has severe OCD and hate because that's all her mother.
Yeah, and then Yuki's like, holy shit, someone actually. And then they bond, and I love that relationship. I am going to talk more, but this is your baby, so I'm going to let you. But I think I covered a good amount.
Give it their flowers, man. Give it their flowers.
I am giving it his flowers.
I can certainly add more.
Did we not have a dragon Zodiac? Right? I don't think we did.
That's Chinese.
But it was still a part of it.
Horse, rabbit, cow.
But they show the dragon in the ending credits of season 2.
The dragon is God. If you follow the story, the dragon, they're basically the 13 characters. They gathered around the man. The man passes away, creates this bond, and I believe it's the dragon that creates threat.
I
remember that correctly.
I'm pulling it up now. Hold on.
1:20 in the morning, so we're tired, guys. Forgive us for not being accurate.
We will get it.
But we will get it. Excuse me.
Oh, it was Hattori, the seahorse who said the dragon.
Oh, that's the crossdresser, right?
No, that's the monkey. One of Ayame and like that group of friends, like the 3 male adults.
Mm-hmm.
The one that has a crush on that he ruined his ex's life type of thing.
I get it. It wasn't a dragon, but yeah, sea dragon. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, there we go. Okay, so all right, so we have seen everything. Okay, never mind. Forget what I said. Go, man. I did wish you saw more of the other Zodiacs, like being free or a little more developed. Ritsu, the monkey, or the crossdresser. We didn't see him at all until like the end.
Well, the story didn't really revolve around. At the end of the day, like I get that, and especially if you wanted to.
I want to see more of Zodiac, especially with Akito, especially if it's about Akito, like trying to break.
Well, we're gonna get more from the
prequel movie.
The prequel movie, yeah, because it's gonna delve into the post-school,
yes,
as well. So we'll see.
I will leave it right there. We'll talk about number 2 together. Mushoku Tensei.
Go for it. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
And call.
It's funny.
We talked about this enough, like a great amount. Just
significant.
Both parts are just fantastic.
I gave part 4. I'm sorry, part 4. Jesus Christ. Part 1 a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and I gave part 2 a 5 out of 5.
Same.
So, but I'm putting them together, so it's all. It's a 5. Together. It's a 5 all around.
All of them, top to bottom. We only have one.
The adventure, the fantasy, the world building, the fights when we get them, the animation, the music, everything. It's all just wonderful.
Preach.
Exactly. It's just great stuff. The development of Rudy, and yeah, he's not this. He's not fully OP because he actually loses fights, despite being like all like he has all his powers, but he actually loses. He
He's
struggles.
not that he's OP, a prodigy, but it's untapped. So
Yeah, untapped potential. But I'd say like he can learn all this stuff quick,
oh yeah,
like a regular OP
he's gonna
main
be the guy
character.
to defeat Orson. What?
He could have, but
Will be
no,
the
not
guy.
now.
I think he will, because they haven't obviously covered that.
Yeah, we'll get him more soon.
Yeah.
But it's just
He's good.
again, that's that fight in general was just fantastic. That's the emotion of it, the actual sequences of it, and then now with this again, we got fantasy, we got drama, we got adventure, we got sex.
Yeah.
And Rudy's a piece of shit.
But that's
despite being like one of our favorite guys of the year, he's still a piece of shit human being. But he gets his second chance in life.
He's making really well.
Exactly, like hardships and all. He's pushing through, so just giving up right away.
Yeah.
Like he's finding all this. He's actually finding himself. He's getting this chance. He's never gonna get another one, and he's taking it, good and bad.
It's
Number one.
That's an incredible.
Oh yeah, fantastic show. I can't wait for season 2.
Finally, we're at number one.
All right, don't make it 20 minutes.
Was there any doubt from me, y'all, what my number one was gonna be? After I went on, I believe it was a 13-minute diatribe during the spring season about how fucking much Fruits Baskets meant to me. Did you really expect me to pick anything else? Jobless was close. It was a lot closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah, mine was close too. So my number one.
Like Matt, there's not a lot that I can add considering, especially because I'm tired. But again, just the dynamic Fruits Basket from the very first episode of the final season, tear inducing. Every episode heart wrenching, but again, like so much detail, so much shock, so much mystery, but so many answers that we got. Every episode gave us more answers, maybe gave us a couple more questions, but gave us more answers, more revelation, more emotion, more sadness. That series is chocked full of sadness. As much as we mentioned how much Toru is angelic and is my girl of the year, it is so, there's so much depression, so much. And you know, the crazy, again, anything where this sadness can be relatable, it's believable. As we mentioned, Akito being forced to dress as a boy, misunderstood child, the character being a cross-dresser, the character basically being jealous of the other character, wanting to be with another character, but that character doesn't want to really be with them or is conflicted about that. Forbidden love with two characters. They're technically cousins in some capacity. Forbidden, misunderstood, and then outcast. Someone who isn't loved, to multiple people that aren't loved by their family, own mothers and fathers. Such credible hardship face as a weight of the world in essence. Having hormone love, so relatable. And like I said, every episode I believe I fucking shed it. To the end, Kyo talking about his mother, and the end with the Zodiac, the complete Zodiac story, real Zodiac left me. I cried. I was so happy Kyo and Toru would be the happy couple. I was so happy when they revealed
The mother actually said.
Yeah, I was so happy when Kyo and Toru actually finally got together and were honest about their feelings. Again, if Horimiya wasn't around and I didn't love Miyamura so much, the obvious couple with Kyo and Toru, and they probably will win couple of the year in the actual anime outside of here. They probably will, I would imagine. But
yeah,
incredible, as you mentioned, Maki called Akito and Hiro,
the dog, Shigeru.
Shigeru, yeah. All these Haru and Rin, again, everything fell into place. This is, as I said, with Violet Evergarden. Up until I had seen Violet Evergarden, it was the most complete ending to a series. No, Fruits Baskets for me is the most complete ending, in my opinion, I've ever. One of the best, if not the best endings I have ever. It is there's a reason why it's one of the top 5 rated anime of all time on Analyst, My Analyst, and many other places. It is. There's a reason why it's considered that 93%, 91%, 92 or 93, somewhere between 91 and 93% rated. That's astonishing for rightful reasons. It is no roller epic proportion. You'll laugh, cry your eyes out, you pain, smile, and at the end you'll be happy that you felt all of that. And stupendous music, the character development, the animation, everything. Dream. It is a dream show. I will forever, just like you said that you want to buy the set of Violet Evergarden, I want to buy the complete set. I cannot stress how incredible. One of my top 5 all-time anime. Chance in Hell is just like Love Jobless. There was no chance in hell it was Fruits Baskets for everything. I cannot stress it. Touched that Fruits Baskets touched.
All right. Number 1, ReZero. Every episode was perfect. A lot of it was so good. From Otto stand up to Garfield, Ram getting involved, Subaru confronting Garfield after giving Amelia that big kiss, that their final kiss they actually kissed. Seeing Amelia's life, what happened to Betelgeuse in the past. More of Amelia's mother. We see Pandora, who looks like to be the main antagonist of the whole thing. Seeing her around, and I felt bad for Betelgeuse.
Oh yeah, we all did.
After everything that happened to him, and then killing Amelia's mother. That's because he got tricked. And it's like, holy shit. There's Amelia snapping, like she up to the point where she got frozen in place.
That's where the movie starts.
Yeah,
that's where the movie starts.
Yeah, like, wow. Yeah, pretty much. We get Garfield's past about the mother, like what actually happened when he went in to do the trial, and then we find out backstory on Roswell, Ryuzu, and Beatrice, Echidna. Echidna was more of a guiding light to Amelia during the trial, despite Echidna hating Amelia. And then we get to the fucking mansion with Elsa fight Garfield. That was a great fight, and no one died that time. Well, except for Elsa. She's finally dead. I was so happy she died. And then the heart-to-heart talk with Beatrice and Subaru. Like, are you the one that she's talking about? Like, fuck that guy. And she gets thrown out. and as the mansion's burning down, like, this is the last door. Like, if I'm going to save you. Yeah. And he's like, fuck the book. Fuck who's ever in it. Choose me. Like, he does this passionate plea of why she should stay, why she should help him. And because of that, she got a powerful ally in this. Like, well, he got a powerful ally in this. And then the fight with Roswell, Ram, and Puck was fantastic. And the Ram could like confirming her feelings to Roswell. And just I love the whole fight. How you see how powerful Roswell is. And you see with Puck, he's fucking around, but he's still fucking dangerous.
Yeah, crazy.
And then Ram sacrificed her body just to grab that black book. And when she throws in the fire, you see Roswell like tears, like screaming no. No. Yeah, that type of thing. Like you didn't hear it, but you saw it in his face.
It was guttural. Yeah.
Yeah, and it got to the point where he blew her up with the fireball, and you thought she died, and like she would probably have to start over if she did die.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and the Subaru's finally at night at the end of all this. Everything was just so fucking good.
You know what? And you convinced me to move it to 4.
Just 4. Okay, I will take it.
4.
I will take it. 5.
I had it at 5, so now it's at 4.
All right. If I could make it a 4, even a 3, I'll take it. But no, they did everything right in terms of a heartfelt ending, emotion, drama, suspense. They did all that, and they did it in the perfect way. There was not a single bad episode in this. Hey, the only nitpick I would have is like how easy the bunnies were defeated, but you had Beatrice, and she's fucking strong, and you see that. So there we go. I poured my guts into this of why I love ReZero. That was my number 1. There was not up to debate when I was dead set on it, even when summer was over.
Yeah, I feel you.
I was like, this isn't even a discussion. Maybe Mushoku Tensei, but it was close. But ReZero just by that much.
Not even Fruits.
I love Fruits what it was though, but I enjoyed these characters. Like I enjoyed the emotional development of Subaru.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't just a crybaby that time. Like he has a shit ton of trauma though, so you could relate to that. And then with Amelia, she's grown a fuck ton instead of just being this whiner, not doing anything.
Oh yeah.
Like she's now like a leader. She's acting like a leader.
Yeah, she's acting like she's worthy of the.
Yeah, and she was protecting the people despite like, oh yeah, I'm gonna die, but you know what? I got you guys till the very end.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a cigarette.
Yeah, cigarette. Do you?
No, I smoke weed, not cigarettes.
Are we gonna post these in the group?
Our actual lists?
Yeah, I feel like.
Yeah, we could.
I'm gonna post it till after I'm done. I won't do mine until I'm done with my posting.
I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Yeah, if you do it tomorrow, then I'll have to do it.
I'll see. I might wait at the end of the week, but that is it, guys. 2021 is over officially.
Thank the heavens.
We're not doing plugs. We'll do that next episode.
Serious.
All right, but thank you all that joined us since I believe May. We started in May. Thank you all that joined us for the past 6, almost 7 months. You guys are fantastic. We love talking about all of this. 2021 was a great year, and we're gonna kick it off with 2022 in 2 weeks. Matt and Ethan sign off. Arigato, anato faku, and sayonara.
Sayonara minasan. Daisuki desu ka? Daisuki.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye.